So, pressure, let's go. I'm going to basically take you through the game. If you know those dark places, you're going to know pressure, or the majority of it anyway. But I want to take you through the game, through character creation, and then we'll just get straight into it. Actually slightly different from those dark places. In those dark places, you were playing a member of the crew on a starship in the middle of nowhere, and that you were kind of limited to 7 roles. But in this game, you can play whatever you want. The game itself is centered around something called the SOS division, which stands for Special Operations Squads, and these are sent out to solve problems. So basically, this is aliens to my original Alien, as somebody on the internet described it. Thank you very much. So it's a bit more action-packed, but please try not to get shot. So we'll literally just go straight into character creation. Creating character creation is dead simple. I don't even know why I'm flicking the pages, actually, because I actually know the rules, so this is all for show. You've got your 4 stats, which are charisma, agility, strength, education. In the original game, you had the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 to split up between those. You can still do that if you want to. In the new game, you're now given 10 points, and you can divide those 10 points between those 4 scores. Every single one must have at least a 1 in it, and you can't go any higher than 4. So I'll let you guys decide what you want to do. Either better, of course.
Well, gentlemen, what are you thinking? Is anybody thinking about a particular character archetype? I'm thinking, I mean, I have some ideas, but I'm interested in what everybody else thinks.
Well, I'm interested in your idea because I don't have any at the moment.
Having not played the first game.
Yeah, like you start the ball rolling. Let's go for this. Yeah.
So I'm thinking of essentially like a company man who is not quite doing well within the company. So higher than average charisma, higher than average education. I'm probably going to go 3-2-2-3 is what I'm looking at. But he is basically working with the SOS squads kind of as a face / liaison, because he's been in the company, but he's kind of like been drummed out and forced to work on an SOS squad. So kind of like, oh man, what was his name in Aliens?
Burke.
Yeah, kind of like Burke, but not a bad guy. Like kind of like him. Yeah.
A Burke that isn't a Burke.
Right, exactly. And maybe a little bit more smart. I don't know. Burke wasn't dumb.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else come up with anything?
Well, the only thing that I could come up with is based on my experiences from the other game. To be an effective player, I thought I'd kind of try to do something similar. So I think in my stats, I'm putting 2-3-2-3, which is basically charisma and strength are both 2, but agility and education are both 3, which may make effective for a pilot, because as a pilot, you need to be educated. However, I'm not maxing out with 4 on anything because I don't believe that I'm really that great at everything or anything specific. And number 2, I've played in John Mark Hicks games before, and I know that a 1 in something is a very poor choice in this gaming system. I am afraid of a talent with a 1. So I will go middle roll. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, so you're going pilot?
Yes, I believe so. Or driver, or could be something similar.
Ooh.
And that's also, I think, it was one of the least popular choices last time for people to have taken in the game for some reason.
Oh, the pilot?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I know some pilot had it.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm thinking maybe playing the big dumb heavy gunner role this time.
Yeah.
So with a charisma of 1, agility of 3, strength of 4, and an education of 2.
Oh, okay. So you're going old school stats. Nice.
Yeah, that wasn't deliberate. It's just
Sure.
it adds up to 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking at down that way at the moment. Yeah. So that leaves Oliver, who's going to be in charge, I guess.
Yeah, no, because I
Brian's
have
in
put a
charge.
1 in something because I know nothing about the previous game. I haven't played it. I know only a little bit about the setting. So what I'm going to do is just try and take an archetype from gaming that's going to work, and I'm going to go for the sneaky rogue stats. So I'm going for 3 charisma, 4 agility, 2 strength, and 1 education. But I don't know much about the company or the game or the setting. So I'm going to say my story and how he came to work at the company was he previously did a long time in prison, and he got out on good behaviour in a prison where not a lot of people get out on good behaviour. So if you get out on good behaviour, they'll do you a favour and they get you a good job. And I've been at the company ever since. I'm not the strongest, so I don't do the most in the warehouse. I'm in the warehouse or something, right? Because it's the bottom tier. I'm in the bottom tier of the company. I'm in the warehouse. I'm not that strong, but I'm really nimble, and I'm really really good with the telehandler or something like that. There you go. That's the highest.
I mean, so yeah, that's probably not a bad shout actually. In terms of the background for this game, then John is. I mean, that might have actually helped us perhaps choose our characters a little bit more. What's the premise here then?
The premise of Pressure is sort of small military rescue teams. So, but the fact of the matter is, the way the game's designed is that I've given it the SOS division military teams as a bit of a focus for the players to do.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, you can play anything you want at all.
Okay.
It gives you a list of ideas. You can play mechanics, a team of engineers, something like jobbing entertainers, jumping from station to station. You can play.
Let's do that.
What jobbing entertainers?
I've put next to the name so far. I've put RxOliver Rogue, a Pirate Brute. What should I put for Jake and Brian?
What's
one word
Brian's
to
the
sum it up
smarts,
so far?
Brian's the brains, and Jake's Jake's just cool, I guess.
The name that you all know that everybody calls me is Childs. Childs. His first name is Eugene, but he never tells anybody that.
Why?
Because he doesn't like it.
Okay.
So he just goes by Childs.
It's going on the overlay. How do you spell it?
Eugene.
Sorry, 2 seconds. I wasn't quite there. Eugene.
Eugene.
Child's like plural of children done wrong.
Correct.
Okay. Eugene Childs.
Yeah.
Huh?
Ooh.
Right, so what we're saying for Jake, 1 word, stereotype his character in 1 word.
Well, glasses, really, because I'm the pilot, so I'm going to be wearing those dark glasses.
Oh, pilot.
So, yes. So, yeah. But character name will be Shemesh.
How do you spell that?
Shemesh.
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 Cool.
Is that a first name or a last name?
It's the only name you know him by.
Fair. It's like Prince.
Exactly.
Now, for this scenario, John, you're having us all. We are playing a SOS squad, right?
Yeah, of a sort. Yeah.
Yeah, of a sort. Okay. Maybe like a scrapped together one. Like maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, when the game starts, you will be thrown together. Well, I mean, I'll explain more when the game starts.
Sure. Yeah.
Like a working.
Okay.
We'll assume that you've all worked together before.
Okay. In some capacity, sure. Mark, you got a name?
Yeah. Desmond Cash.
Cash. DESMOND.
Yeah.
Cash with a C or a K.
With a C, we'll go. Okay. Great grandson of Johnny.
Cool.
Like for real? Like actually descended from Johnny Cash? That's great.
I mean, he might tell people that, but
I want to believe that.
Okay, so I'm going with Wesley. I've not picked my last name yet. Give me just a minute and I will have.
But you do have a guitar with you.
I don't know because Desmond doesn't play.
Oh.
Well,
I mean, he might have told you that he can, but it's not true.
Wesley Cox. WSLEYCOX. Wesley Cox. Former prisoner and handler in the warehouse.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention because I was responding to somebody in chat. LESLELIE Cox? Is that correct?
Wesley, WESLEY.
Wesley. Gotcha. COX. Got it.
Right. Now comes the difference. In the original game, you would have chosen your crew positions and then we would have carried on. But in this game now, there's skills under each of the attributes. There's 5 skills in total. You'll see there's only character sheets. The only skills that you can use are the ones that are not marked by an asterisk. So if you see a skill in there that's marked with an asterisk, that means you can't use it unless it's points. So you're given 3 points. You can divide that between all the skills, and you can't spend more than 2 points in one skill. Yeah. So you can spend it 2 to 1 or 1, 1, 1.
So there's 3 in each attribute. So for charisma, we get 3 points to spend. Agility, we get 3 points.
No,
3 total.
Yeah, 3 total.
So, all right.
We can either do 2 3s or a 2 and a 1, basically.
3 ones.
3
It's got
ones.
out up to 3, whatever it is. Yeah.
1, 2.
Total hands out. That's it.
But not per attribute throughout all the skills.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I guess I should probably be the brains then. Who else? Jake, you have education 3, right?
I do, but nothing. Everything in education is starred, so I can't choose any of those skills.
No, you can. You can put one in a starred skill. What John meant, I believe, John, correct me if I'm wrong, is that if you don't put a point in a starred skill, you will not be able to test it.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The moment you put a point in that skill, you can use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
If it doesn't have an asterisk on it, you can automatically use it. You can't
Right.
just throw it.
Oh,
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at all the,
I can always use stealth, I can always use drive, but I can only use pilot or ranged if I put a point in it.
that's right. Yeah.
understood.
Right. Understood.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to take medicine then, because I think probably one of us should have medicine.
That's a good idea.
So
I'm
I've
gonna
chosen
take-
mine.
Computers.
Yeah.
And science.
I've done 2 in stealth.
Oh, wait. We probably need a navigator. You've done 2 in stealth? Wow.
2 in stealth because I'm a sneak, and I'm putting 1 in ranged because I'm a former criminal. I can use a gun.
Yeah.
I feel like the ability to use a gun might be handy in this game. I know nothing about it, but I just got a feeling.
It's great when you shoot stuff, but getting shot, it's one of those games where you probably get hit once and that's it, you're done. So it's,
Don't get shot.
don't
Yeah.
get shot.
So put points in dodge is what you're saying. No.
Well, I was going to almost put it in dodge, and then I've changed it to range. Do you think I should put it in dodge? Do you think it's more fitting?
That's entirely. I don't know what kind of criminal you were.
A dodgy
Ranged
one?
is
A
specialized.
dodgy one.
That's
A dodgy
rough.
criminal, as opposed to one of those not dodgy criminals. Ooh. Yeah, this is tricky.
So I'm gonna go.
What's the
computers.
difference?
Nah. Do you know what?
Hand in hand and melee. Hand to hand is fist, I'm
and
assuming, and melee is with weapons, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what's a better fit for my character? A 1 in streetwise.
There you go.
yeah, there you
That
go.
would- yes.
Much better fit. Because then that's not the ability to use guns. That's the how to make an improvised weapon from something you picked up in a back alley or from something in a prison cell. Or
Con might have been a good one for you as well, my friend.
I took con
oh,
on
you
the face.
for the face, yes.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah.
I took con, leadership, and computers. Being a company man,
Took 1 in each.
ex-company man. Yeah.
It's the thing, I don't have to do 2 in everything, do I? I can take another skill. I don't have to do 2 in one.
No. No.
Right, yeah, so 1 in perception, 1 in streetwise, and 1 in stealth.
Okay. I got 1 in ranged, 1 in hand to hand, and 1 in engineering. That's not going to help, by the way.
I think somebody should have it. It's one of those. I feel like somebody should have it, maybe.
Well, yeah. I just kind of figure maybe he's good with a welding torch or something. I don't know.
I've got 1 in navigation, 1 in medicine, and 1 in pilot.
Nice.
Pilot and the healer. Nice work. You love the responsibility.
Boy, that is a lot of skills I still am not going to be able to use.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I thought. I was like 3 in each attribute, right? No, 3 of them.
Yeah, no.
Quite small.
Nice. I like it rough.
The great thing about the game is that it's easily moddable. So if you don't like if you want to make every single skill available, then just do so if you want to. If you want to add more points for starting skills, then go ahead. You can even change the roll slightly. So there's an optional roll in here. So when you roll your d6, any rolls of 1 is an automatic failure. Any rolls of 6 is an automatic success. So it gives it a kind of action adventure sort of feel to it.
Okay.
But I'm playing rules as written at the moment. So
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, this isn't actually sure.
Oh, so it's still D6. I thought it was maybe a 2d6 from that one picture. Yeah, 1d6 is great.
1d6, and basically, whenever I ask you to do something, if it's based on your attributes, so if I'm asking you to make an agility roll or a stealth roll, what have you, you roll a d6, you add the attribute score, and then your target number is 7. That's it. Right. If you've got a point in that skill, then you also add that on as well. So if you've got, say, you're going to do a drive roll, so your agility is 3, and you've got 1 point in drive, it's basically d6 plus 3 plus 1. So d6 plus 4. You just basically add your skill score to the relevant attributes, and then roll d6. That's it.
I like that. That's cool.
If it's going to be harder, then the score target number could be 8 or 9, or if it's going to be easier, it could be 5 or 6. But the basic target number is always 7. Now, there's 3 levels of success, which is partial success, complete success, and a failure. So if you roll over the target number, then that's a success. If you roll dead on the target number, then that's a partial success. That's like a yes, but something might go wrong later, to keep your eyes open. And it's up to me whether I put that into effect or not, add a little bit of tension. And then there's failure, which means go home, you're useless. And that's it. There you go. You just created your characters. You know what your roles are. And all you need now is some starting equipment.
Should we fill out these total, but the last column that says total, we should fill that out?
If you want to, however you want to do it. Sorry, and I also forgot. Pressure. You've got a pressure bonus and a pressure level. For now, in your pressure bonus, can you add your strength and education scores together and put the results in pressure bonus? Now,
sorry, what we're adding together?
Add your strength and education.
Strength and education.
Yeah.
And that's my pressure bonus.
That's your pressure bonus. Now, sometimes I'm going to ask you to make a pressure roll. This is how your character reacts to stressful situations. So, seeing a strange creature, getting shot, finding a dead body. Basically horror film jump scares. Yeah. You roll a d6, you add your pressure bonus, and the target number is mostly 10. So basically, if you've chosen low in both strength and education, the chances are you're not going to hit that target number at all, ever. Which means quite early on in the game, you're going to break down and go mad.
But my low scores are strength and education.
Sorry?
And my low scores are strength and education.
Yep.
So you're bonus plus 3. So yeah, I will ask you. Sometimes it might be a little bit easier. I'll probably go a bit harder, but a lot of the time you're going to have to roll a 6 on your pressure rolls. If you fail, then your pressure level goes up by 1. Every time you fail, that keeps going up and up and up and up. And then you roll a d6. When it goes past 2, you roll a d6. And if you roll below your pressure level, then you're going to have an episode. And that could be anything from just freezing on the spot to falling unconscious to going absolutely mental and fighting your way out. no matter who's in your way, to get away from what's in front of you. So yeah, it's difficult. But now I've changed the rules slightly. When you start to suffer pressure, you also affect your target numbers. So the more pressure that you builds up, the more difficult your actions are, because you're being both physically and mentally challenged by what's going on around you. Okay?
Yeah.
And that, gentlemen, is it. That's the rules. So let's give you some equipment. Has anybody got the range skill?
Yes.
Yeah, you get a Gauss rifle,
Woo!
which is ammo 40 with a damage cap of 4. When I say damage cap, basically you roll a d6 and then the maximum you can roll is what the damage cap is.
Oh, nice.
40 ammo.
Yeah. Is that what, when the gun takes damage or when it gives damage?
It's when it gives damage. So like the Gauss rifle's got a damage cap of 4, so you roll a d6.
If you roll a 6, it did 4.
You roll 4, 5, or 6, that still counts as a 4.
Right, so it's d6 but maximum 4.
Yeah.
And now you see as well why damage is difficult, is bad, getting shot is bad, because the points come directly off your strength score. So if you've got a low strength, you could get shot once and that's it, you're out. You fall unconscious at 0, and then you start to die at -2, unless you're stabilised by somebody with a medicine skill. So, yeah.
There's only one of us got medicine skills.
Only one. Yep.
Yeah, and again, 1 single point in medicine. So
That's all we need.
Medic. So you also get the following equipment. Everybody gets this. You get an ID chip. That's basically just like an identification card, like a personalised credit card as well. You can either have it as a separate card, or you can have it inserted under your skin. That's completely up to you. Only one if you've got the range skill, and that's Mark. So you get the Militarist Mil 6-9 Gauss rifle, which you've already been given.
Yeah.
You all get Balcon Mark II body armor. And Balcon Mark body armor basically doesn't hinder your movements, but if you do get shot, you roll a d6, and if you roll a 5 or a 6, you don't take any damage. Simple as that. Yeah.
You'll have to remind me that.
Armor.
Yeah.
5+. It's a 5+ armor save. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. You get a com unit.
BALLCOM.
Yeah, BALL COM Mark II body armor.
Cool.
You get a com unit, which is either a sort of lapel or helmet mounted communicator. It's got a range of 300 kilometers. And everybody gets a med package.
Oh, yes.
a what? Sorry,
A med pack.
a med pack.
Yeah.
That'll be gone in the first half an hour. Thank you very much.
Give them all to Oliver. So,
Watch me waste them all.
and that's it. And I just want to throw in as well, is in the game, there's extra rules for vehicles. So you can have little car chasers. I've put in an entire section for starships, so you can design
Nice.
your own starship, which is really, really good. And the starships of the future are more like sailing ships. You don't want to sink them because they're valuable and they're all unique. There's no production line of starships. And they
Okay.
literally shoot cannonballs out of mass driver cannons because they want to damage your ship, not blow it up. So this is like to get broadsides and all sorts. So and there's no fighters or anything like that. It's all big capital ships. And I've also thrown in, because I was in a Blade Runner mood, cybernetics. So there's an entire section of the game where you can run whole campaigns on things called hypercities, which is the only places where you can live on Earth now because it's completely ravaged. They've built these massive atmosphere formatters called lungs, and they're on the coast of every capital city, so everybody comes around them, so the air's breathable. And these cities are now just like 2 kilometre high arcologies, and it's just an absolute. It's basically cities are just dark and desperate and despairing. And so people have got obsessed with body modifications. So you can actually have cybernetics in this game, and which basically gives you a bonus for your skill rolls. Dead simple, but also brings your presser bonus down. So yeah, the more modifications you get, the worse you're going to suffer.
So it's a near future based in the kind of human society, like based in real world, and then near future after it didn't go so well kind of setting, yeah?
Well, after, I mean, they were too late to save the planet, and then asteroid, there's been 4 world wars, and then an asteroid hit Wyoming,
4 more or 2 more?
Well, 2 more, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's still a lot.
An asteroid called Aunt Betty hit Wyoming and set off the Yellowstone caldera.
Oh, great.
The entire world into a nuclear winter for a few decades.
Okay.
And like billions of people died.
World's good.
So that's why they started going off-world to basically try to keep Earth breathing.
Okay.
But the game is set in the year 2345, and it's basically the state, which are the governments, are almost totalitarian now, and behind the scenes they're run by corporations. So pretty much like today, to be fair. So yeah, it's future.
God bless you.
And here we are.
Thank you.
Right. Before we crack on, does anybody have any questions, or is there anything you need to know? Something I've not made clear?
I got
before we
one.
start?
How do
Go
I
on.
get out of this chicken shit? There you go.
You secure that shit, pirate. Pirate, come here. Come. So, thanks for the aliens reference.
No, don't worry.
Let's crack on. So, welcome, SOS team. Oh, what are you going to call yourselves? What's your team called?
We're going to have a name?
Go ahead.
A squad. We have to have something good. Well, first of all, for equipment, is it possible for characters with facial hair to have like small jars of mustache wax?
Wow.
Absolutely.
An important item.
I'm putting it in there just in case.
Always prepared, Jake.
A mustache wax.
Mate, it's like Chekhov's gun, that was. It's done to play later.
You never know when you need to lube up somebody.
Yeah.
So I think our team is probably I'm just gonna decide that our team is SOS A42.
What?
Is our,
A42.
yeah.
Terrible road.
Just a terrible road.
Oh, is it?
That
I
could be
was
worse.
thinking-
Could be the A14. That's a terrible
okay.
road.
Oh, no, 14's bad.
Yeah.
And the 41 is bad.
Yeah. M6. Don't bother with that either.
Do we have good roads? Like we're telling them.
Do
that's
we have
a
any-
bad-
do
that's
we
a
have any
bad
good
one. Do we
roads?
have any good ones?
We don't.
No.
Basically,
No. Yeah.
Right? Everything is just nothing like a massive N25. So, you're on board a starship called Apollo. It's only a small vessel. It's big enough for long sleep pods. There's a little bit of cargo, and it's basically just a transport vessel. Fairly small, only 60 meters long. So, starships are 20% living quarters and 80% technology. So you're like cooned in the middle of the starship. There's virtually no windows looking outside. Only what you get in the cockpit or on the bridge. You have a SAM on board, which is an automaton. It's basically a robot. You can tell the SAMs because they're completely hairless. The skin's really, really smooth, although they're a very good approximation of a human being. And they're polite enough, but their AI doesn't stretch too sensitive, also people say. And he'll keep an eye on you while you're in long sleep. Long sleep being the hypersleep version of this game. It takes 7 days to do 1 light year. And at the moment, you were supposed to be on your way back to Grant Stellar Station. You've just done the basic patrol for a year and a half, bouncing around the outer rim, going from station to station to make sure everything's okay. Everything's kind of cool. People are still stressed out because it's the future and it's bleak. But hey, now you're heading back for some well-deserved R&R. So it's a bit of a surprise then when you're brought out of long sleep and you're still 20 light years away from your destination. The Sam is very apologetic, but he doesn't know why. So he's basically helping you out your long sleep pods. The new long sleep pods and the drugs that they give you now stops any chance of anybody solving themselves whilst they're asleep, which was a problem in the older versions. I've taken that out of the game because it was a shit joke. Boom. So there's no chance of that happening anymore. So hooray! It was funny the first few times.
I'm gonna house rule that back in personally.
Mate, it does say
No,
that not every ship has the new long sleep pod.
As the guy that was constantly rolling the one whenever he came out of it. People I endorse.
So I
Every
endorse
minute of that roll.
Yeah.
I started your game, John. I've ended up shitting myself, and I've not even shot anything yet. So the long sleep pods all crack open. It's all the dry ice coming out of them. You guys waking up. You've probably done about 15 light years. It's going to take about 15, 20 minutes for you to gather your senses, so you're a little bit sort of hungover and groggy, the way I feel now. So it's been a long journey, but you're still a long way from home. You're still 3 or 4 months away from home, which comes as a bit of a surprise. the Sam doesn't quite know, but there is a message waiting on the bridge. So we'll start the scene with you guys climbing out of your long sleep pods. The Sam, you can nickname him if you want to, but most people just literally just call them Sam. He's there in his boiler suit. It's almost like like the white spray. When he spray a car, he put the white suit on. Basically dressed in one of those sort of thing. And he's helping you all out. So I'm terribly sorry. I'm afraid I do not have any information at all as to why we are short of our destination. But there is a message light blinking on the bridge. Would you like me to prepare coffee?
Absolutely.
My eyes, yes, please, Sam. What the hell's going on, guys? It's been early.
Where'd you get the moustache from, Sam?
Oh, that's nothing. It'll wipe off if somebody with a marker likely just put it on. Sam, that's a cruel joke. I don't endorse any type of defacing of our Sam units. And I think I will head off to the bridge, because that message must have something to do with the fact that we are awake when we're not supposed to be.
I think it's going to be...
Shemesh, hang on. I will come to the bridge with you. Clearly, need to check on flight. I will take care of the message.
Sounds good.
Sam goes off to the galley, and within a couple of minutes, you can smell freshly ground coffee, well, what passes for coffee, drifting. It takes like piss, but it's coffee at the end of the day, it's got caffeine in it. It's not boiled Red Bull. So it's he's basically just he's sorting that out for you and getting some pastries on the go. The ship itself sounds okay. They've got that faint humming, constant humming in the background. The closer you go to the rear, it's like a almost like a heartbeat as the ship keeps you alive.
How old is this one that they've given us?
15 years old. So she's done a few light years under her belt.
She's not that old. Yeah,
it's not right.
She's a good looking ship as well. Yeah, she's all right. But yeah, she's overdue dry dock time. That's for sure. And that's one of the reasons why you're going back to Grand Central Station. She can get herself berthed and she can be given a proper service. Or then you guys are taken off and you don't even know if you're being kept together. So once you hit Grand Central Station, you lose your ship. There might be the vessel. So this could be your last journey together.
I just realized Desmond is our engineer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
So yeah, I'll give it a few and wait for the coffee to start flowing, but then I'm gonna click on Desmond and be like, Desmond, you need to do some checks. I know it's not your favorite, but it's your job on this run.
Oh, you sure? Hey, give me a chance, man. I've just woken up.
Well, haven't we all?
Yeah, well, I don't see you going down and doing engineering checks.
It's not my job.
Well,
I'm checking the message.
I'll come with you.
Well,
Desmond, we can have a sneaky cigarette down there as well. I can't be bothered going all the way out to the smoking bay.
yeah. I just slapped the comms off. Yeah, sure, Wes, let's go.
Let's go, man.
We'll head down towards the engineering.
Where's
you guys
Liam,
head up
Desmond?
to
Where's
the
the
bridge, and it's freezing cold. Usually, before the ship drops out of faster than light, it spends half a day sort of restarting systems. But by the looks of it, you've dropped out pretty quickly.
Jesus, Sam, can you get the life support up?
I'm terribly sorry, sir. We were only given 2 hours' notice. I have turned on the heating system, but as you know, increasing the heat too quickly could damage some of the more sensitive systems.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid you'll have to deal with the cold. It is -2, and I do have some winter weather gear stashed at the back of your seats.
Oh, appreciate that. So I'll pull out a coat.
I'm going to pull out one of the sweaters with the hoods. I mean, I don't want to be in a coat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it is freezing cold. Like I say, you can even see the ice on the inside of the windows, inside of the glass.
Jeez, yeah.
So, and it's quite bright, and by the looks of it, you're quite near a sun. The ship's illuminated. It's still a faint dot, but it's actually quite a bright one. So, by the looks of it, you're in Starfleet. But yeah, it's in here. It's absolutely freezing cold. And yeah, if you turn up the temperature too quick, it can cause condensation from what's already frozen and actually damage systems. It must be done gradually. In fact, some of the consoles got glistening surfaces from froth and a little bit of damp. So yeah, you need to be careful.
Are we up enough to where we can use our consoles?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you should be okay. Yeah, there's nothing.
So I think definitely I'll be on navigations already, just trying to figure out where we are.
Triangulate. Yeah.
Okay then. In that case, then make a navigation roll. It's such a thing. If I just set that and it's the issue.
All right.
Navigation roll.
So
first roll,
mine.
you'll do be 6 because it's your system's all set up. You're actually in a registered star system by the looks of it. So yeah, there you are.
So my roll on the die is 2, but with navigation of 3 and a skill of 1, it brings it up to a 6.
Brilliant. So yeah, you hit your target number. So you basically go over it, and by the looks of it, you are in the Regis Alpha 3 system. There's not a lot here. There is a moon base here called Bolton. It's it's just a staging post. They built a small research station here. It's like a stop-off point where people come along and actually literally do that. Literally just stop off and resupply, and that's it. There's nothing here of that much importance, to be honest with you. It was discovered about 20 years ago, the star system. With some very exotic radiation coming off the planet, off the sun. So, you know, it was originally built as a research station, and now it's a stop-off point. It's almost like a roadside inn. Put it that way. You turn up, you refuel, you restart.
Okay. I think while other people are doing things, I'm going to try to hail the moon base in the meantime.
Yeah.
And just let everybody know, guys, we're near Bolton, the Regis Alpha 3 system. Has anybody been here before? And do you owe anybody their money?
I just look over at Shemesh. I'm like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
But I'll check the message that we have.
Yeah. There's a blink. The TVs, the screens in the bridge are like old CRT, sort of old school monitors. One flickers into life, and it comes up like almost like the scrolling VHS. It sort of does that, and it's got all the static lines across it, and the little triangle in the corner starts flashing. It starts playing, and it's your commanding officer Powell. And he's there. He's looking a little bit, well, like Powell always does. He looks a little bit pissed off. And then we cut to the engine room as you boys sort of walk down there. And the closer you get to the engine room, the warmer things start to get, because it's the engine room. That's where the heat is. But when you get into the main corridor, you've got one long corridor going the length of the ship. It's only on one level as well, and it's just so freaking cold. You straight away you can feel like you just scrape the ice off your car window. You know, when your hands go cold, you haven't got wearing any gloves. It is like that. And the closer you get to the engine room, it starts to warm up a little bit. You can see signs of condensation. There's even dripping from the ceiling. The ship is warming up, and you know from experience, Mark, that the ship shouldn't be warmed up that quickly at all. But by the looks of it, you've had to for whatever reason. You're still within seconds.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah, Wes, just don't touch the rail yet, okay?
Oh yeah, sure. Whatever you say, boss. So I guess I'm thinking of Wes and Dez's relationship.
Wes and Dez.
Yeah, Dez is kind of taking me under his wing. Is like, I'll look after you, and I'll make sure you don't screw up here, and I'll keep you right. He shows me around. I've said warehouse before. I figure we don't have a warehouse. I guess I work in maintenance. We work in maintenance, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so the ship itself, it can carry about 100 tons, and it's got quite a large cargo area, and it needs somebody in there to shift stuff around and what have you. So
okay, so load is reasonable. Okay.
Yeah.
Cargo
They
handling.
need a little bit of manual handling. So
okay.
You have to pass through the cargo area. At the moment, it's empty because you're heading back to Grand Stella Station. You weren't carrying cargo or supplies, and that was another part of your job as well for the last couple of years, was bouncing between stations and dropping stuff off that people might have needed, supplies and posts and that sort. And then you get down to the engine room. Now the engine room is quite cramped because you shouldn't really be down there, because it's there's a whole bunch of consoles. It's basically just a wall of consoles and monitors.
I shouldn't be down there because I'm really bad at engineering.
Remember what happened on the last ship? And well, no, because you're dead. But the all the consoles there, and it's basically there's a very, very basic AI on the vessel, which basically helps to run the vessel, because you're going to be asleep for most of the time that you're on there anyway. But at the moment, everything seems to be in good working order. One of the screens does have a yellow band around it. You've got they've all got green around them except for this one which has got yellow. I mean, there might be an issue. And again, it's about the temperature rise. It's, you know what I mean? You've dropped out of FTL too soon.
Fast.
Yeah.
And starting to heat up too fast because it's an operational ship at the end of the day. It's designed to do such things, but you shouldn't really be doing that. And it is.
Yeah. Don't hit the com. Hey Charles, you know that we're heating up the ship a little bit too quick. You know that, right?
Sam said it's within parameters for what he can do. We're freezing up here.
Okay.
What are you getting back there?
It was looking green, except I'm just a little worried about warming the ship up a little quick.
Can you slow it down?
Can I? I mean,
the ship won't be up to sort of full operational standards for a little bit longer. But at the moment, there's no red alert going on, and you can easily switch it back to a emergency power if you have to. But but you can slow it down.
Okay. Wait, is that an order? Do you want me to do that?
Let me see what this message is first, and then we'll decide if we need to continue in red line or not.
Okay. I flick the com off and I just go, sure thing, Eugene.
You click the button on the message, and Powell's there. And he's sort of he's at the moment he's paused, and his face is like this. And then
I hit play.
We hope this message receives you well. We have to change your orders and have to redivert you, I'm afraid. So we've sent an automated signal to redivert your vessel. I'm really sorry, we didn't mean to do that, but unfortunately we've been left with absolutely no choice. We've moved you into the Regis Alpha 3 star system. They've got a bit of an issue there. On board your vessel, you've got 4 warheads, which I hope you haven't used. According to your last report, you haven't shot anybody with them, so that's perfect. There is a ship over the moon there called the Kensington. It was left there and it was abandoned because it was damaged. And so the people on the moon were cannibalizing it, taking parts down and bits and bobs that they needed over the last 15, 20 years. And it had been kept in a stationary orbit above the moon. For some strange reason, something's happened and its orbit started to decay. And what's even stranger is that when it crashes down to the moon's surface, it's going to land directly onto the colony. The odds of that happening are more than 1,000,000 to 1. So command is a little bit suspicious. They sent out the distress a few weeks ago now. By the time you get there, this message is going to be about 8 weeks old. They think that the orbits of the Kensington will deteriorate within 6 to 8 months, I think they said. I'll have to read the report properly. I'm trying to get this message out to you as fast as I possibly can. So what we need you to do is get on board the Kensington, find out why it suddenly decided to change orbit, because there is nothing on there at all according to the colony. We want you to put those missiles by its engine core, and we want you to blow it out of space. I'd rather it come down shown in tiny pieces than one large lump on the colony. Those are your standing orders. Get on board the Kensington, find out why the orbit started to decay, and blow it up. I would ask if there's any questions, but you can't. So good luck. And then it switches back.
Get on board, fix its orbit, and blast it out of space. Yeah.
Yes.
I cut off the message, and then I do a quick tried to do a quick calculation based on what he said. Is there any way to determine, based on when the message was sent, what their estimation was, and what date it is now, how long we have before it hits the colony?
Looking at the data package, everything that's happened in the last 2 months. So it's still probably a good 4 or 5 months before it actually does drop out of space. And at the moment, you're only about 2 or 3 days away from the moon, from the road moon.
Okay. So I'll ring back Desmond. So we've got a timeline, but it looks like it's long enough. If you think we should bring the temp down and slow down the I don't know, the powering up of the ship.
The readings, boss.
No, I understand. What is it at? Are we redlining yet? Is it dangerous?
No, it's on yellow. We're okay. Another minute. I'll slow it down.
Right. Okay.
You're gonna slow it down, yeah?
That's what Desmond.
Why did you have to ask me that question like that? That was a.
That's what Desmond little looks like.
A leading question.
I'm looking at Desmond as if to say, "You're sure that we're good?" because I don't understand the difference between yellow and red and how safe we are and stuff. I'm new here. I'm education 1. I'm the dumbass. I'm looking to him for reassurance when he says it's safe and we're okay. I've got a look in my eye like it is right. It's okay, right?
You're the engineer, man. Make a decision.
Completely comes up again. I look at Wes and I'll just shrug. Yeah, he'll be all right.
If you say so, boss.
Yeah. No.
So huge. They woke us up for target practice. Let's just blow that thing out of the sky and get home already.
Shemesh, we talked about this.
All right.
It's 3 days until you reach the. What do you want to do in those 3 days?
Well, first I'm going to reassert my command and make sure everyone remembers to call me Childs. If I need to have a private conversation with everyone, I will.
I made the mistake of telling us the first day.
No, that was.
I mean, Desmond wouldn't have said that to your face.
No, I know.
He's not stupid.
But Shemesh just did.
I said huge. I did. I was huge. That was. You know. It's waking up from the cold. You know.
So, I'm gonna do what I can to. From where we are and with the computers we have access to, I don't know, maybe contact the colony and see if they can give us any further information on their experiences on the Kensington. I'm assuming that they're aware that we're here to help. Maybe they aren't. I don't know. I'll contact the colony like day 1.
Yep. No worries. Yeah, you get onto the comm console, switch it all on. On the exterior view of the ship, there's like a dome on top. There's actually a long-range transmitter. There's a clunking that slowly raises up and then returns and sort of points in the direction that you're travelling to contact the colony. Mark, you didn't do the engine. You didn't slow the thing down, did you?
Yeah. You know what? No, I'm not going to.
No,
I didn't.
it's just yellow.
Yeah, it's yellow. I mean, yellow's a nice colour. We're all right with that. Yeah.
All the lights go out on the ship. Suddenly,
shit.
so does that transmitter locks into place. And then slowly, emergency lights flicker on. And then again from the core you hear, and all the lights start coming back on again.
I look across at Wes. It's fucked here. It's fine.
So good. We've got backup power for a reason. I trust you.
That's a bloody big mistake.
So, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Cash. On the comm. What's happening?
Oh. Hey, it's no problem. It's okay. It's under control.
And I will say, unless I say otherwise on the ship, I usually broadcast in the clear, right? So I'm talking.
Oh, okay, so everybody knows what you think. Yeah. Yeah, so you heard that reply back. It's fine. Everything's under control.
And as soon as you say that, all the lights go out again.
Yeah, of course they do.
Childs, is this ship still under its 180-month warranty, or is it 8 light years or 80 light years? It's a brand new ship, barely 15 years old. What the fuck is going on with it?
I don't know, Shemesh. Are you getting any readings? I'm checking the computers.
I guess.
And then about a minute later, just as you start to feel the cold creeping into your bones, again, all the lights come back on and the ship seems to power back up again.
Yeah, Brian, you'll notice Shemus has the hood on now.
Right.
Yeah. And look at Wes. No kidding. Do not touch that fucking rail yet.
Got it, Dave.
All
Got
right.
it.
I think ship's diagnostics is under order there, Cap.
Cash?
I don't even answer that. I'm just. I'm gonna go and check that panel that's yellow. It's now red.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So I guess Cash will attempt to. He's going to attempt to try and get things back under control here, and
make an engineering roll.
Okay, that's brilliant. Of course.
So X push education, isn't it? And then whatever engineering, the difficulty is going to be 7.
Oh, where the fuck? Okay.
Roll 1.
Yeah, it's a 1d 6 plus 3.
Yeah, see, +3.
5.
Oh,
Okay, roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
it's going to be a short game.
Right.
What'd you roll?
A 4.
Your drive is shut down. Basically, you don't know what's happened. All you can see is on the console. As you start going through it, by the looks of it, it's a simple power shunt. It's basically trying to. Obviously, there's an issue with the power flow.
Okay.
And then when you look into it, basically, suddenly the actual engine core itself just shuts down. Your power core is still going, but the actual drive system is shut down.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I'd better answer Charles' call at this point. Yeah, we got a bit of an issue down here. It looks like we've lost the drive for now. I'm gonna do what I can to try and get it back up. It's just the restart procedures. They've gone a bit awry, shall we say? Anyway,
I glance at Sam, not happy. I'm assuming Sam is still on the bridge. I don't know if it understands the look that I give it, but it's not a good one. And then I grab some of the cold weather gear from the other 2, I assume 2 stations for Wes and Desmond.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna head down to engineering. Shamesh, if we can get power back up, try and contact the colony, see what's going on.
Yeah, look, Cap, don't bother. Just give it a few minutes. It's clearly Des and Wes. They just want to have a smoke down there or something. They shut down the systems up here. They do it every now and then. They'll get the smoke out of their systems. They'll put things back on in 5 minutes. Go down to engineering. You're just going to catch them in the axe. That's going to open up a whole can of worms. Let them have their fun. I'm sure everything will be up and running soon.
Where they smoke on the ship.
Also, when Desmond was on the comms, the whole time he's on the comms, I'm like standing 10 feet away, gently banging a spanner off a railing, just trying to sound busy. Trying to do something. Bang, tap, bang, tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, I think we'll actually go and try and actually fix the problem. That's probably a good start, I think. Otherwise, this game ends very quickly.
Yeah, I think, and as Charles leaves the comms, I think I'll just give Desmond a quick call, person to person, say, Cap's on the way, ship shape, and close it.
Yeah, appreciate the warning. Okay. Does he look pissed?
He doesn't look any different than he normally looks.
Pissed, right. Okay.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, I put him in a bad mood. I apologize. I forgot the golden rule. Don't forget the golden rule.
Did you call him huge?
Yeah, I did.
Rule number 1, man. He hates that shit. He's gonna be pissed off for days at you, man.
I know. I'm gonna trade light from now on. Maybe I'll go get another cup of coffee.
Yeah, I don't know how long it takes me to get down there, but
it's a long corridor.
As soon as I get to where they are, I just unceremoniously just stuff one of the big old jackets and coats into each of their arms.
Yeah. You can already feel the temperature dropping down here.
Yeah. Ooh.
What can I do?
I put it on. It's a terrible fit because of a really emaciated, skinny little man.
You see the button over there? The red one?
Yeah.
Go press that when I tell you.
All right.
And then I'm going to duck under a console and start fiddling around with mechanical stuff. Yeah.
I'll stand over him and spot him. Hold a lamp or something.
Yeah.
Look yourself.
Meanwhile, back in the cockpit, what is it you're doing then? Right.
Well, I'm going to avoid like turning the key to start the engine on, just in case it actually harms what they're doing down there.
That's what the red button does.
But so just to be clear, is there lighting now, or is it really all still dark?
No, the lighting's back up.
Okay.
You can familiar hum in the background, but the thumbing sound on top of the familiar hum should be the thrusters, but obviously the drive's not working.
Right.
So you've got power, but you haven't got drive.
So I'm going to check up here from my point of view to see if the issue is anything to do with the controllers, because the engine's controls are for all up here. Or, I mean, they're checking engineering for mechanical. I'm going to check for controller or electrical issues here.
Okay. Let's make a roll.
Ooh.
Do you have?
Yeah.
Have you got anything in computers or engineering?
No, I do not. No, the only thing I have would be piloting, so it's not really appropriate. So
make a pilot roll. Add that to your education score, just so your pilot bonus plus your education score. Yeah, and D6.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So without the skill set bonus that I have in there.
Sorry, you've got the skill pilot, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So add the skill bonus to your education.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a 5 total.
You have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's by the looks of it, according to the systems, everything should be working absolutely fine. Everything's showing green lights across the board. Everything's nominal across the board. You should be able to sit in that chair and do little fancy hijinks and barrel rolls and stuff. It's just not responding at all.
Yeah. And at that, I'm just gonna go. Cap. Just to let you know, problem's not here. It's got to be somewhere goddamn engineering. It's everything here is fine.
I look at Wes, and then I look down at Desmond. I'm like, yeah, I figured.
I roll my eyes when I hear that come over the comm. Like, of course it's our fault. Would be, wouldn't it?
Now, while we're standing here and Wes is supervising me watching this red button that I'm sure is not going to do anything, like Desmond just wants me to focus on something random, but I'm being serious. I'm ready to press it. I'm like, Wes, I need you to head to the cargo bay and check on those warheads that we got.
Warheads? I never heard the message before, did I?
No.
No, I'm the only one who's seen the message.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean warheads, Mr. Childs? They don't transport warheads. They're not a military ship.
We do. So I flick on the radio. I'm like, look, here's the quick rundown, and I tell him, we're gonna scuttle a ship that's in orbit. It's somehow going to hit a colony, and so the company wants us to go in and scuttle it. The ship has been cannibalized for months, or was it? Has it been years that it's been cannibalized, or just months? Years.
Yeah.
And by the colony, but now it's in a decaying orbit, and it's going to hit the colony, so they want us to scuttle. So, if you would, Mr. Cox, head down to cargo.
Of course, sir. I mean, it's not my place to be asking questions. We transport warheads now. We transport warheads. You just want me to check that they're there. You know which.
No, I want you to pull down the 4 of them and get them ready for use.
Get them
ready for transportation and use.
Yeah, okay. Get them shuttled out of there. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'll head out there and start loading them up into whatever I would use to move them around the ship in.
Yeah. You've got
I'll go looking for them anyway.
Cargo holder. So you look like an exosuit, not as big as a load lifter, like an exosuit. You can get into that, power it up.
With actual arms that are individually controlled by my arms.
Yeah. So you sort of just walking on. Fairly small, but it's like a miniaturized version, like a cosplay version of the.
That's awesome.
Nice.
First thing I do when I get in it is do a little moonwalk and a little spin and stuff.
Yeah.
First thing I do a little dance.
Just to reintegrate yourself to the controls, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting myself reintegrated with the controls exactly, getting back familiar with it. Do a little spin, a little
good
moonwalk.
thing Childs isn't there.
Oh yeah, Childs didn't see me. You left me to do my thing. So I do a little moonwalk, a little spin, and then I start loading up.
Brilliant. The lights all go out again. It all goes down as you're walking towards the missiles, and then the lights come back up again. Good thing about the power suit is it's got its own lamps, so you can pretty much see everything that's around you. When the lights come back up again, doorway to the corridor leading back up towards the bridge, there's a figure standing in the doorway. It's silhouetted against the light of the corridor.
Wait, in what section?
Oh,
in
the
engineering?
cargo hold.
Wes
In
sees
the
it.
cargo hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's it? Yeah.
Sam? I'll shout. Sam?
Yes, sir. Is there something I can help you with, sir?
No, you just give me a bit of a start standing there, Sam. You make a man shit his pants. Standing lurking in the shadows like that. Be careful.
I am very sorry for my actions, sir.
Made me almost drop the warhead, man.
Perhaps another tea.
That's code for.
Sure, we should make mine a double coffee. Yeah, just be very careful, man. I'm loaded up some very fragile cargo here. Don't be giving people frights.
I apologise, sir. I will return with your coffee.
Thank you, I appreciate you. Heart starts to slow down a little bit.
Suddenly your chest explodes. No.
And Sam is startled.
Yeah. Mark, I'm going to ask you to make another engineering roll.
Oh, don't do that.
Difficulty again is 7.
Oh my god.
Okay, roll with the d6.
Not happening, man.
Yeah, 5.
I did again.
Yeah, just roll actually, no,
roll another d6.
Roll another d6.
Yeah.
2. Oh shit. The artificial gravity just shut down.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
Not when I'm in the middle of the loader with it.
You've literally just the missile, and as you take a step back, the whole thing starts to topple backwards.
Oh no!
As you start
No!
around the ship, you start drifting and away from table and all sorts. You're now slowly moving backwards. You're in this thing you can't move. Well, you can move, it's pointless. As you're slowly drifting backwards towards the wall.
Can I try to climb out of it and try to, like, while still standing on it, try to grab the bomb and slowly pull it towards my chest?
Well, the warhead's not activated.
No, the wall hasn't activated, but yeah, it's
I'm not that smart to know that it needs to be activated before it's dangerous.
That's fair. That's fair.
There's a bomb floating away from me there, and I think if it hits something, it's going to go off.
You've got hold of the bomb. You actually got it in your
your loader still has it.
Yeah, you still hold on to it.
It's not released it, right? Okay.
It's not released, no. Unless you want it to.
So I jump out the loader then, and I'm like, although the loader weighs 10 times more than me, I'm frantically trying to like pull it out of the air. It's not happening, obviously, but I'm like, I guess trying.
The thing is, you climb out, you'll just drift away from it. You've got nothing to.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm drifting away from the thing, like.
Make an agility roll.
Agility roll, right? Okay.
So take your agility score, just roll d6 and add your agility score.
2-6.
Difficulty is going to be 7.
Agility is 4, so I just d6 plus 4, do I?
Yep.
Oh, you see? That's how you do it.
Partial success.
You climb out.
Partial success, yeah.
Yeah. The head of the load lifter hits the cargo wall, smashes the yellow flashing light on top. Really annoying. That cracks, bits of glass flying in all directions, but you climbed out. You're on the outside of the suit now. And that sort of bounced, and it's sort of just slowly turning in the air. But you're safely outside it now.
Okay.
Safely outside it. I like that.
Is that something we've been able to hear?
I'm assuming Wes hasn't considered the possibility of the gravity coming back on.
Well, everybody's feeling it. So
I'm pressing my little comms button, like, what's going on, guys? Desmond, Captain, what's going on with the gravity?
Yeah. So under the console, you just hear, "Shit! Are you still near that button?"
Yeah.
Okay. Don't press it yet.
Okay. Shemesh, you should probably strap in up there. I'm holding on to the console.
Actually,
I assume we'd be able to feel like when gravity cuts, like we'd be like, oh gosh. grab something.
I'm looking actually for my flight helmet to strap that on just in case now.
Oh, that sits on the back of the seat. You can literally, it's on a mount, so you can just grab it, put it down over your head.
Yeah, I'm going to grab it. Yeah, I think because all this floating, I'll try to grab onto something just to make sure that I'm not going to uncontrollably fall back down when hopefully gravity is resumes.
You grab hold of the helmet, you put it down over your head, it clicks into place.
Why didn't I think of that?
But according to the readouts in the cockpit, everything's absolutely fine. There's no warning lights, there's no alarms, there's nothing saying anything's wrong. Everything seems to be absolutely fine.
Yeah, I think then I'm just gonna bypass all the humans in this little party. I'm gonna go. Sam, what happened to artificial gravity? Sam?
Sam's down in the loading bay.
Okay. Go
I
on,
assume
comms.
Sam has a comm.
Has anybody seen Sam?
Do you see that into the comms so I can?
Yeah, I do. Sam's not responding. Anybody engaging with Sam?
Sam's down here, Shemesh. He almost made me drop this bomb before whoever switched the gravity off. They almost made me drop this bomb.
Well, ever switch the gravity off? What are you talking about?
What's going on up there, guys? Do you know I'm moving around warheads down here while you're
Nothing. I got this.
Yeah, could you send Sam to engineering to help out?
Sam, respond. Where did you see him last, Wes?
Sam's down here. He was just over the other end of the loading bay.
He just started walking back towards the canteen to get you your triple coffee.
Oh yeah, he was away to canteen to get the coffee. That's right. I'll see that.
So I'm assuming we don't have mag boots. Anything like
you've
that.
got them, but they're in lockers in the cargo.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and make to where those lockers would be.
Okay.
Try and grab a set of mag boots.
Okay. Make an ingenuity roll.
Yeah.
Difficulty's going to be 6.
Oh, 6. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, press the button.
Seriously?
What is it you want to do? Actually, Mark, what is it you want to do? You're underneath that console, you're drifting all your tools out your box now, they're all drifting out the air.
Yeah, I'm snatching those out of the air as quickly as I can so they don't hit anything and cause any more damage. Can I see what's causing this? I mean, do I know enough to know that this is me?
5.
Well, that's just it, you see. The system that you were looking at was the drive system. You were nowhere near.
Nothing to do with.
The system.
So I got a 5 on that roll, John.
Ooh.
Okay, you're struggling a little bit. You've drifted away from handhold. You push yourself off. You're trying to get to the door. It's been a long time since you've been in 0G, and you're either going too fast or you're going too slow. It's going to take you a couple of rounds to get into the cargo area.
Yep.
But there's no damage. There's no harm done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just not very graceful and not very quick.
Would be on the comms. Is any of you guys near the AG controls? What's going on?
I'm guessing
the AG control the big red button you told me not to press?
No, it wasn't the big red button. That's the starter button for the drive. Wait. Anybody near anti-grav? What?
Do I have an anti-grav button from?
You probably would on the bridge.
From the bridge. Yeah. I'm just pulling myself towards it now. What do I see on the anti-grav console?
Fine. According to the system, everything's working absolutely fine. Anti-grav is on. Drive's working. The coffee's not shit. It's just showing everything fine.
Look, we gotta have some sort of sensor trouble or something. Everything is showing as we have gravity, but clearly we don't. So maybe a sensor needs to be replaced.
Yeah. So
restart the system. Restart it. Just restart gravity.
At this point, I'm just hanging off a railing, trying not to float away into because I imagine the cargo bay is like a really big, spacious. So like if I drifted away up to the ceiling and the gravity came back on, I've got a long fall. So I'm just hanging something by one hand, lighting the cigarette with the other, I guess. Waiting.
Yeah.
The load lifter has drifted, hit the wall after you got out of it, and it's drifted. It's got up the wall. It's probably about 8 meters now off the ground.
Because it's just spinning
and it's just and slowly spinning.
Oh my god.
Side, so.
It's out of my control. What can I do?
Well, don't worry, nothing bad could happen.
I'm staying away from it, so if it's near me, I'm moving
if it
along
falls
the way.
on you,
Going
you're
to
in
the other end. Yeah, when gravity comes back on, I'm not near that thing. Yeah.
Not near the big 2-ton machine with a nuclear warhead on it. Brilliant. So,
Yeah. Right, so cursing under my breath. I'm pushing myself
Uneducated,
across
not
to the like where the anti-gravity controls down here in the engineering section.
yeah. It's just a massive bank of screens and control units. So
Yeah. So I'm kind of I push myself across expertly. Obviously, I've been in space for years, right? I know about all this stuff.
You best make a roll, haven't you?
Why do you make me do these things? Right. Okay. So
The D6 plus your agility, please. Difficulty is 6.
I believe in you.
you know what? You were
look at
wrong
that.
to believe in me. Yeah.
No, difficulty was 6.
I
You got a complete success.
I got a partial success. Oh, I got a success.
Oh,
It's not a
complete,
partial.
yeah.
Yes, it was 6. Yeah. Okay,
So,
okay,
yeah, you
right.
get yourself up to the console.
So I'm looking at the readouts. Does it look like the computer has crashed or something like that? Is that what the issue
No.
is?
Just saying that the anti-gravity is offline, but it's not giving you a reason. You've got 3 different sections in there. You've got the readout of the actual system, gives you all the
Okay.
detail, system status, and then like an explanation bar at the bottom as to how things are, what's gone wrong. The status is offline, but there's no description as to why it's offline. It's not giving any details whatsoever.
Okay. Shimesh mentioned restarting the system. So is that something I can do here, like a reboot? I press a couple of buttons,
basically
hit a lever or whatever, and
You can
And wait for the whole thing to-
reboot. You've got 6 primary systems on the Starship: life
Yeah.
support, artificial gravity, the computer core, the standard drive, the gravity assisted drive, which is your FDL, and the main power core.
okay.
Each one of those systems can be restarted independently.
Okay, so that's the first thing I'll be trying then, is to restart the
Restart
system. And none of the other systems are indicating a problem.
No, none at all.
Okay, so there's power to everything.
Oh, sorry, I'll do the standard drive. Sorry, your drive system is showing a problem.
Yes,
Again,
of course.
the status, it's offline, but there's no reason as to why it's offline.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, obviously the gravity is a bit of an issue for us moving around and stuff, and may hamper our repair efforts. So I'm going to try and restart that first.
Okay, it's going to be quite straightforward. It's literally just, do you want to restart YN? So
Yeah.
it's a D6 roll, please, plus your engineering and education.
Please
Difficulty-
give everybody a warning.
Difficulty is going to be 6.
Yeah.
Quite straightforward.
Right. I'm trying to restart. Just hang on to your asses, guys.
Puts 2 hands on the rail for a second.
Yeah.
Cigarette hanging out his mouth.
Try and grab anything.
Oh, I don't know why I put the slash in. That was
I don't know,
ridiculous.
but that's automatic failure. So,
Yeah, typo's an automatic failure. Crit fumble.
That'll teach me. Oh my dear God! What the?
okay, roll a D6.
Wow.
Who made me an engineer?
Wow.
God damn it! What?
You did.
Oh yeah, I chose the
You did,
skill.
but
Silly
never
me.
Remember?
Ah. I don't know why that. Oh yeah, 5.
5.
Okay, now your gravity assisted drives are shut down. So you've got no FTL now. If you see it turn the screen, the border around it turns yellow and then it turns red and it comes up warning, flashing warning.
Son of a bitch. On the plus side, we don't need that yet.
So we can't get out of here. Not that I know this, but we can't get out of here now.
We don't
right?
need. We don't.
Basically.
Look, everything's fine. Look. Look, I got no idea what's going on down here. Systems used to be shutting down randomly. Nothing to do with me. And nobody's been anywhere near AG, right?
Not me.
Everything's
I see
looking
me just
normal
throwing
from
out
here.
these random.
Now, unless anybody's pressing the comms button, I'm down here in the dark, so I'm buttoning every now and again. And what's going on, guys? What's going on?
Yeah,
You hear
I
the comm going.
unless we say otherwise, we're calming in the clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Not
privy
doing
to
that.
this
Fuck's sake,
conversation
Wes.
then.
Keep the channel clear.
Right, I'm privy to this whole conversation then. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I imagine Desmond kind of just pushing himself around the engineering section in the 0G, checking the status on various panels before pressing back buttons that he clearly has no idea what they do. But things are getting desperate. He's got to the stage where he's reverted to the try turning it off and on again. Which is always the last line of defense, really, for any technical person.
Actually what I was going to suggest.
Yeah.
Hard reset.
To be fair,
Cash, just reset everything.
Reset everything? What if it doesn't come back up?
Unless you have any other ideas.
Oliver, you notice a red flashing light as where the missiles you were taking out of the storage area, and it's like a cradle, and one of the missiles has clicked up and has basically gone into its loading tube, and it's in the tube closed.
No.
Yeah.
What?
I'm on the comms like, when missiles don't move by themselves, do they, guys? Okay, so one of the we have a problem here. One of the missiles has just, I think, loaded itself. There's a red flashing light, and it just moved. The thing came out and went back into a thing, like it's did a thing. The missile did a thing.
That makes no sense. Missiles don't do that.
All right.
One of them did.
I know we're all in a difficult situation right now, but Wes, Shemesh, I need you two to get away from where you are and start searching the ship. We have to have an intruder on board, or there has to be a virus. I'm going to try and get to a console to see if I can check, but we need to, and Desmond, keep trying to bring at least Grav back up online. But
yeah, sure, boss.
I assume, Shemesh, you're not up there arming missiles on the bridge.
No, why would I do that? But
so get out of your seat and start looking around. We need to figure out what's going on. I don't know. Well, I mean, I would know. Is Shemesh closer to like mag boots? Does he have access to those on the bridge?
Yeah,
like
there's
a locker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So grab your set of pair of mag boots. You're going to be more mobile than us. Wes, grab another pair for Wes if you can, and try and meet him down at the cargo bay. I'm going to try and get back up to the bridge so I can get on a console. We either have an intruder or a virus.
Oh,
yeah, I think.
And keep an eye out for Sam. He's not responding.
Well, what wasn't Sam with Wes a minute ago?
He was.
Wes said he headed into the canteen.
Yeah, he went back to the
heading
canteen. He
towards
said
it.
he was getting me coffee.
Yeah, but wouldn't he know if there's an intruder aboard? Like,
maybe he's been taken out.
Sam.
John, is there any history of Sam's going bad?
When they were first released, there was a few issues, and then they were restricted to only to be used in space and off-world colonies. They're actually banned on Earth. But no, in your experience, a lot of the time it's a mate told a mate who heard a story once about a Sam picking his nose or something. You know what I mean? It's never.
So I'm just trying to make sure I'm not metagaming here, because
None of us have ever experienced bugs with
yeah.
him.
So I'm not going to immediately assume that the problem is Sam. Everything I've been told so far is Sam went to get Wes a cup of coffee, and that seems like Sam activity. So yeah, like maybe there's an intruder that took out the Sam. Keep an eye out. Desmond, I'd love to have you geared up, but we need to get at least the grab back on. If you can get the grab back on and then join us, we got to search the ship. We got to figure out what's going on.
You got it.
Yeah, sure.
So
Okay.
when he mentions when I got off the comm, and he has mentioned there might be an intruder on board, I'm gonna think about making my way out of this warehouse area. But I know what's around here. Is there anything I could grab that's weapon sized? A crowbar, a big pole, something. When I hear intruder, I want to be armed. Is there anything I could grab?
Literally to your right is a emergency toolbox. And basically, if you get that open, you've got your old-fashioned crowbar in there.
I'll take a crowbar, a big heavy wrench, whatever's wieldy.
Yeah, something thumping. So So there's an electro hammer in there actually. So that could do some damage.
That sounds like it can do some damage. I will add an electro hammer to my sheet.
It's called emergency full repairs. So you literally there's all these sheets of metal in there, and you basically just hold it against there, and the hammer powers up. And when he's hammers itself, it hits. It basically it heats up to such a high level, it actually almost welds it straight away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. That's very cool.
No messing about.
Power hammer.
And that's
Just don't hit your thumb, whatever you do.
Right.
Or drop it on your foot. But yeah, that's got a damage cap of 5. So yeah, you can do some.
How many thumbs and toes are part of starships across the galaxy?
Yeah, they're just like squashed right into it. Okay, now it's in there now. Sorry.
Jake, as you're putting on your grab boots, you notice like at the cockpit window to the right, there's like escaping gases, and you see like a cloud of getting little glittery bits and bobs, bits of metal, and then slowly that missile drifts away from the ship, and once it gets about 5 or 6 meters away, it ignites and just shoots up into the distance in the direction that you're traveling.
A missile?
Yeah.
From us?
From us?
Yeah.
I warned you.
Who's firing missiles?
Did you not just hear what Wes said? We don't know who's firing missiles.
No, hold on a minute. The missile launch control, that's got to be from the bridge, right? What?
On the bridge. I'm assuming Shemesh didn't fire the missile.
No,
so
I didn't. Sorry, Cap.
You've got a
I was
problem.
messing around with some of the settings here. Some chroma key things weren't going right on the ship that I was trying to adjust.
Well, that's what did it.
So I may
You
have
actually hit the launch
there,
button,
but-
you fool.
That's
All right,
great.
so yeah, I'm gonna grab an extra set of boots. I'm gonna grab a couple of flashlights, and you know what? Like a really, really large wrench, like one of those large wrenches that they're so large and heavy that they have these clips that you can clip them to yourself so that they don't kind of at 0G.
That's the
go off,
kind of thing you
because-
could only carry in 0 gravity.
Right. You're grabbing like a Siler wrench.
kind of
Force
give
range.
somebody a good smack with it.
No worries. Yeah, you guys are gravity boots.
Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
yeah, no. So just, I mean, you know, probably a rucksack with, you know, the boots inside something because I don't have to.
Yeah. But they come with their own carry bag anyway. So yeah, you can grab that, sling it over your shoulder, and go drifting off. Brian, now you've finally got into the cargo area. It's taking you a little while while you're shouting orders, and you're a little bit ungainly, but you get into the cargo area, and yeah, you manage to get hold of a pair of the boots.
Okay. So I'm going to slip those on and I'm going to head, even if I'm passing Jake, I'm going to head straight up to the bridge and get on a computer.
They're like ski boots, so you just put them in. They self-seal and then resize themselves on the inside to suit your foot,
Nice.
and then you can. But you can't run. You can only
Sure.
go his walking speed. You can run, but if you found the Jiu-Jitsu roll, you go spinning off. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you start making your way up to the front. You pass Jake in the corridor as you head back down to the cargo area. Whilst you're in there, handing boots over and putting your own boots on, Mark, what are you doing?
I'm still attempting to try and get control of the. I mean, this is the thing. Does it look like? I mean, is there any way for me to tell whether or not these systems are being shut down from somewhere else, or?
You can have a look. You can go into one of the dormant screens and have a look.
I'm.
Again, I'm going to have to make a roll.
But that's fine, as long as it's not engineering. It's engineering, isn't
It's
it?
engineering down here. You're in the engineering room. The clues in the title.
It turns out I can only succeed if I roll a 7 on a D6.
If you don't roll. So,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, 7 on a D6. Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
engineering and education for D6.
No, I mean, all you got to roll is a 4+.
Oh.
And oh my God,
Oh,
Mark!
You roll on D6,
Mark.
please.
I will mention that rolling ones in this game system is not a good thing.
Yeah, that's why I fully endorse the not soiling yourself roll.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, how many times would you have soiled yourself by now?
Well, at the
3 or
moment,
4 at least.
I'm sure Desmond is soiling himself quite a bit.
What did you roll, sorry?
I've rolled a
Right.
3.
The computer call's shut down.
Oh my dear.
You lose access to all the screens. The whole thing just shuts off.
Who made him engineer?
And in fact, you can actually, it's like, like when you turn off old school computers, you used to hear the light going.
Spinning down. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Well, that's brilliant, Captain. Did you shut down all the systems so that nobody could fire missiles without us knowing anymore? Mission accomplished.
Oh,
Yeah, that was my
actually,
plan.
That's a
I
fair
mean,
point.
at least if it stops the missiles shooting, they might have done the right thing there. For once.
Does anybody know who we shot?
Do we still see a missile just like, or is it gone?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
We could have tracked them. We could have tracked the missile if we had.
once
the
we got to
computers.
the bridge, I was going to try and track it, but
Yeah,
now
well, we could have tracked them for sure.
I got
I
a
didn't
feeling
have to
that
bring
maybe Wes is
to
actually
somebody.
a saboteur. No, not Wes. Desmond is a saboteur.
Don't you guys have like
You Desmond.
closer
That's
to
me.
engineering? Why would you have
Exactly.
somebody come from like control to bring you
There's-
boots?
I'm not gonna lie. There is a part of me that thinks that somebody is communicating with John on the side, and there's something else going on here. But,
This is
you know,
not.
Oh,
Me
How
too,
dare you.
actually, a little bit.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Wow.
That Angie is in fact in communication with John right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, hang on a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
Of course, Angie. Of course, Angie. Yeah. I'm going to change the game. I'm going to change the game. Bye.
Rumbled.
Anyway, wait.
You were shutting down every different
Look,
store.
Yeah,
the
you're
way I
shutting
say it,
down
if we shut everything down, it means that nobody else can shut them down.
literally, no one else has the ability to operate the ship. None of us have
not if
that
it's- not if it's
engineering
switched off,
except
they
for
don't.
you.
Yeah.
Well,
You
look,
have to keep trying.
I read the textbook once.
you can still access the ship systems.
Okay.
But computer core shut down. All your difficulty numbers are going to go up by 1.
Oh,
Ugh.
that's mean. Can't you get them come down by 1? Just because I seem to be having difficulty.
Already failed
number
them
as
all,
it
and
is.
you just made them harder.
You can't even change your dice.
I know, right?
So, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I might not use the Discord one. Use these.
Use a real one.
Yeah.
One with all the 6s on it.
The one. I look.
So, Brian, you get
I'm-
into the bridge. All the screens are frozen.
Of
But
course.
they're still going, but it's just showing old data because the computer core isn't updating. Can I
Goddamn
ask you to make a
computer core.
perception roll, please?
I can do that.
Either
It's even
better.
something I'm mildly good at.
So D6 plus your charisma, basically.
Don't roll a one.
Oh my god.
Roll the 2.
It is freezing cold in here, as was earlier ascertained. By the looks of it, all the screens are showing old data. But you know when you turned on the comms earlier, and the dish came up, and then everything went no. By looks of it, it's still receiving a signal.
Can I tap into that signal with
No,
My
the
own
computer core's
comm?
knackered. Because somebody broke the computer core.
What a dumbass.
Shemesh, I've met Shemesh now and got the mag boots off
Got
him,
your
so
mag
I can
boots,
head him back to the
So-
bridge with him now. Okay.
Yeah.
our comms are on a separate system.
What's the
right?
power loader doing all the way up there? Why isn't it secured?
Because I was using it when someone switched the gravity off. Try catching a 2-ton loader. I did. It's
John.
not. It turns out a 105 pounds human can't catch a
I tell
2-ton
you,
loader.
that freaking Des, he's the only one that could take a brand new starship and like destroy it as if it was like 100 years old.
What is he
Yeah,
doing up there?
I don't know.
So our comms are still functioning, correct?
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
person-to-person comms.
First
So
person,
I'm gonna
Don't worry, that'll be my next role.
right somehow. So,
Until
yeah,
Mark
I'm
gets his hands on it.
I'm gonna say, Wes, Shemesh, have you guys met up in the cargo bay yet?
Yeah, and we're heading back.
Yeah, I can
No.
smell the smoke.
No. At least one of you needs to stay there and try to prevent any more warheads from being launched.
Right.
Well, look, I don't know.
There's
if I'm,
still 2. I'm assuming because you only had the one on the loader. There's still 2 that are primed for launching. I mean, they're in position, like they could be launched. You need to stop those from being launched somehow.
Can I take them out of the bay by hand? Do you think that's going to help?
They're probably too heavy, is my assumption. My guess is you're going to need to put a spanner in the works, quite literally, to prevent them from being entered into the chamber and launched.
You want me to break the loading system, the loading mechanism?
You might have to.
Well, no, we can't, because then we're dooming the station Bolton. I mean, we still need to have at least one working.
Shemesh, I'm not saying ruin the bomb. I'm saying ruin the loading mechanism.
But if you're ruining the loading mechanism, doesn't that ruin the loading mechanism for us
That
to load
prevents
it?
our ship from launching the missiles, which is not what we ever wanted to do to begin with.
But we
were going to transport. No, we were going to transport the missiles to the Kensington by hand to scuttle it from within. We were never going to launch on it from the outside.
But if
if
something happens and we need to actually launch it on that ship instead.
Don't worry, Desmond will fix that.
So I thought we were going to get on board the Kensington, move it, then come off it, back to our ship and shoot the Kensington from our ship. Is that not what we're doing? Are we putting the bombs inside it and then detonating
The plan was to put the bombs near the reactors inside and detonate it. That was the plan from command. So
we don't need the loading
regardless,
mechanism,
I'm not saying destroy the loading mechanism, just disable it so it can be repaired later.
Yeah. Pop one spring out or whatever. Yeah, I've got you.
Okay.
You could easily do that with your power hammer, with your welding.
Yeah, I'll head out to do that then. I've got a power hammer.
And I'll stick then, since I'm useless at that stuff, I'll stick around to watch it, that nobody seems to be an intruder here coming to load the bombs.
Shemesh, I'd much rather, and I know I'm doing this on purpose, Shemesh, while Wes is doing that, I need you to find Sam.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Cafeteria. You want me to bring you some Danish on my way back?
If he's in the cafeteria, sure, bring me a Danish. If he's not there, find him someplace else.
Fine. I'll go find Sam.
I'll start
The
heading
lights flicker
towards
again.
the rest of the missiles.
What was that?
What
sorry,
happened
John?
again, John?
The lights flicker throughout the ship. A
What's
wave of lights from the engine room, sort of, then it'll just flicker on, off, and then back on again all the way to the bridge. When they flicker back on the bridge, Brian, there's a shadow right behind you. And standing right behind you, wearing mag boots, with a massive wrench in his hand, is Sam. Staring straight at you with doll-like, lifeless eyes. You are on the bridge of the ship. Behind you is Sam, just staring at you. Gravity boots on. Slowly lifts up the wrench and then holds it out to you.
I'm gonna grab it. Happy to.
You're not on the bridge. I am.
Oh, sorry. I thought cafeteria. You're right.
Yeah.
So I will accept the wrench. Thank you, Sam. Are you all right?
No. Call up. Call up. Ted. Call up. Ted.
Should I disable you?
Call up.
Corrupted.
Ted.
He's corrupted.
Do Sams have like an off switch?
Yeah, it's underneath the sort of just underneath the armpits to the left, towards the back. You just depress it.
Sam, can you raise your arm so I can hit your off switch?
I
Oh.
launched. Miss R. I launched Miss R. System invaded. I will kill you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and bash him in the head with the wrench. Like I can't let him just keep talking and kill me.
Okay, well, it's going to be automatic hit, so just roll a d6. With a medic, with this thing, it's going to be a die cap of 3. Sorry. Just roll a d6.
I did it wrong.
Exclamation.
2 points. You smack him across the head. It splits open. It's just like it's almost like foam. It just comes open. It's all metallic underneath and all wiring. His jaw goes at the wrong angle. He turns and looks at you. He's sort of head jerking. Goes, "Again, please."
Yeah, I'll hit him again.
You don't bother rolling. The next one will his head goes at an unnatural angle and he falls down sideways. Head bounces off the chair. He collapses to the ground, twitches twice, and then just goes floppy.
So that, I'm
Gentlemen,
gonna probably
I just
get on the comms and say, Captain, I'm in the cafeteria. I don't see Sam here.
not surprising, Shemesh. I just had to bash his head open. Our Sam was compromised, invaded. He said he gave me the opportunity to shut him down. We may still have an intruder on the ship, or it may just be a systems problem that we've been invaded in that way. Desmond, you need to get the computer core back up. Sam said that he launched the missile. I'm assuming he probably launched it at the colony. We need to figure out what's going on here. We need control of the ship.
Well, if you took Sam out of the picture, good thing is that we should be able to get the systems back up because there's nobody trying to keep them down now.
Unless there's somebody else on the ship.
And that's how they hacked Sam. From inside the ship. Anyway, I'm on my way back down to the loading bay to go and try and disable the loading mechanisms of these remaining 2 warheads.
No worries. You head down to the loading bay. Mark, what is it you're doing?
I need to get the computer core back up first so we can track that missile, I guess.
Can you make an engineering roll then, please?
No, I can't, apparently.
Remember that difficulty's gone up to 7.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Come on, lad. You can do it.
Go on.
Come on, boy.
I cannot do it!
Roll a d6, please.
Again with the 1! You're gonna make the ship explode.
I mean, that might be the best thing for all of us at this rate. What we got there?
6.
6. Oh, 6. That's going to be good, right?
Ship goes dark. The power core was shut down.
And there's only so many. How many systems are left, John, that are functioning?
There's 2 systems left. Actually, no, there isn't. There's 1 system left. The only system that you haven't shut down, Mark, is life support.
Give me one more roll, mate.
Wait, we still have time.
So, I think we've all. I hope that Childs is smart enough to have been tracking what systems have been going down. To know that there's only 1 system left up.
Yeah. Well, in order, it went standard drive, artificial gravity, the computer core, the gravity-assisted drive, and now the power core.
And
I
now
mean,
the
it
power
does
core.
sound like somebody deliberately trying to sabotage the ship.
It really does. I know it's not.
Yeah.
Me, as a player, knows that it's not, but it really does sound like somebody's still on the ship working against us.
No, there is. It's just none of us realize it.
Gentlemen, everybody needs to meet in whichever airlock it is that has all the suits. I assume we have suits.
Yeah.
We're all going to need to suit up before this gets worse. There's only life support is the only system still on. If we lose that, we're all going to be in trouble. So I'm going to...
Do me these mechanisms first or come back and then come back to do this?
You'll have to come back. I need everybody to suit up now for safety.
Yes, boss.
Basically, the ship's dark and you've got no power to anything. The life support's running on batteries. The only thing that's lighting up is your own personal lamps and the odd bit of emergency lighting.
But I did grab.
Really dark.
But we haven't had like doors shut or anything, have we? We haven't had like blast doors shut.
No, nothing's sealed. No, everything on this older special ship, nothing's automatic. You've got blast doors for the engine room and the airlock doors. But everything else is manual. It's like old submarine doors. You can sort of you have to pull them open.
So yeah, that's an order, gentlemen. Before you do anything else, suit up.
Yes, boss. Start heading towards the suit.
It'll take about 4 or 5 minutes to suit up to get yourselves in. It's only a 2-piece. You literally just pull the trousers on. The top is already on a mount. So you just put your arms up and you pull it down onto yourself. Click yourself into position. Dead simple.
As I do head out to follow that order, I will be checking like every place that I can along the way to see if there is any intruder on the ship. So I'm going to be actively, while I'm going there, also searching for signs of anybody not us or not Sam, or anybody that's not us and not Sam.
To be honest with you, there's nowhere to hide really, because every bit of space on the ship is premium space. Not even the crawlways are too small for that sort of thing. So you could search the entire vessel in 2 or 3 minutes between all 4 of you. There's definitely nobody else on the vessel.
You gonna let us know that, Jake, that you searched?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming we all did then, based on what John just said. But yes, I'm on my way. I looked everywhere I can. I didn't see anybody else on the ship. We have something in the computer core, a bug maybe?
It's what it's got to be, but we can't do anything about it until we get the computer core back up. And I just remembered, Desmond doesn't have mag boots, so I'm going to grab a pair of mag boots and go down to him so that he can get back to where the suits are.
Yeah,
I mean,
without having to.
Desmond's not even going to try and go for the suit anyway. He's desperately trying to get at least one of these systems back online.
Do you want to make another roll?
No, you're going to kill yourself. You need a suit on if we lose.
You've asked me, John. And so the answer is, of course.
Okay. Which system are you going to try and restart?
I'm going to try. I mean, what have we lost so far? We've lost computer core, drive. We haven't everything but life support.
Tell you what you've still got. Yeah, you've got.
So I'm not going anywhere near life support. Let's put it that way.
I don't know if that matters.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Of course, it doesn't. I'm going to try and get. What have I got? I mean, computer core, but I need. What have I just shut down? It was like the power.
Shut down the power core.
I need. That's the first priority, right? Because without that, we can't do anything else. So yeah, I'm going to try and get that back online.
Okay.
Yeah.
P6 plus your education and plus your skills score. Come on, man.
Mate, I mean, there's no chance. What's the chance of rolling another one? I mean, I've been rolling things. You can't deny I've been rolling things.
Something other than a 1.
Oh, wow.
Serious.
You didn't add your bonus.
That's a 9. I didn't.
That's a 9.
From now on, I'm leaving the bonus off. We're just going to roll the dice and the bonus on later.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
The power core comes back online. All the light comes back on. Yeah, that power's all back up again. So you're back. Now you've got power. But you did the power core, didn't you? Yeah.
I was that. I mean, without that, I guess nothing else worked, right? So
all the screens flicker and come back on again, and yeah.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. So I mean, he's not religious, but he crosses himself anyway. As he's laying there under this console.
Captain, you did it. Looks like bashing Sam did the trick.
And that was it. Sam was the saboteur all along.
I'm still heading to engineering with a pair of mag boots. I'm like, Desmond, I told you to suit up first.
Yeah, look, I'm in the middle of something complex here. I'll get there as soon as I can. Flick the thing off. Eugene.
I just point out the mag boots are for normal uniforms. You can't wear the mag boots over or inside the spacesuits. So if you do put spacesuits
do the spacesuits not have mag suits? Mag boots?
No.
Oh.
Spacesuit on.
Your spacesuit was made by the lowest bidder. That's all you need to know.
Maybe it was made by Desmond.
No, because it works. It definitely wasn't made by Desmond.
So we can either walk or have life support.
I think having them close by is the important part that the captain was trying to get at. So while we continue to do the work and have the mag boots on, if we lose life support, We have
I
time
don't-
to get in.
I don't think
I mean-
it's that easy because, like John said, the upper part of the suits are on a harness. You have to be in the location where the suits are stored to put on the suit. This is not an easy, let me just pull on the
so
top.
what about just a couple of
Yeah,
oxygen masks?
you're not carrying it around with you, yeah.
Right. No oxygen
I-
masks then? I mean, it's
Look,
really oxygen we
in
need,
this moment
not
in time,
out
your
to be
best
out in
option
space.
is probably to let Desmond suffocate. Because yeah, he's not doing you any favors. Sure. So buoyed by this breakthrough,
Yeah.
Computer core.
Desmond is going to attempt to get the computer core working. That will be his
Okay.
next move.
You're on a roll now, mate.
Go for
Oh,
it, then, Neil.
Ah, you've jinxed it.
Nah.
That's a 7.
Nice.
Dead on, yeah? Brilliant.
A dead on. 7 dead on.
God,
Get the
mate.
computer core
That's
back
a
up on the
partial.
screen.
We partially got the computer core working.
Yeah. All the screens in the bridge and every screen on the ship then flickers back into large.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I got this.
Yeah.
Captain,
Yeah.
we got to figure out where that missile went.
I have a sneaking suspicion, but I head up to the bridge to
Yeah.
try and access the systems now that they're back up.
Gotcha. Have you got a computer skill at all?
I do.
Brilliant. Make a roll against that, please.
Oh, look at that.
Solid.
The system is going really slow. It's like somebody's sucking out all the bandwidth. So it's connecting to different things, but it's going 10 times slower. It's like trying to open up Microsoft Edge. So it's an absolute nightmare. So you basically just tap it away, trying to get it to work, and you literally have to sit there. You're used to things happening, but it's just not happening. It's going painfully slow. The system that you're accessing, which I assume is you're tracking and what have you, yeah, the missile has been locked on to Bolton, and it's on its way there now. I mean, it's a long way away. Remember, you were still 3 days away.
Yeah, can I cancel it?
Going, you can.
Can I blow it?
You remotely detonate it. Yeah.
Question.
I'm going to remotely. Go ahead, Wes.
How many
Sure.
souls inhabit Bolton? Sorry, real quick.
2,500.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm gonna detonate the missile in flight.
Okay, make another computer roll.
Halfway from here to there.
Uh,
Good thinking, Cap. Good thinking, Cap.
Come on.
Yes.
No.
No,
No?
six.
Sick. Huh.
Yeah, you send the kill command, but it's either not transmitting or there's something wrong.
Right.
So
Uh,
It's exclamation, not slash.
yeah.
There.
By the looks of it, I'll actually make another computer roll for me.
We got to clean out our own system before I can send a command that distance is my guess, or I need to realign the dish.
Mm.
Nice.
9.
By the looks of it, your system won't transmit, but it's still receiving an outside signal. So you're on the transmitter now, and it's still receiving an incoming signal. By the looks of it, that incoming signal is basically taking up the bandwidth. But,
Right.
and your outgoing signal won't transmit.
Question for
Ooh.
Childs. Childs, do you think you can shoot one missile with another?
If
Is
somebody
firing
can
a missile-
disable the launcher?
I
Haven't
think
disabled the launcher
here's
yet.
here's the problem. I like the idea, Wes, but my assumption is that the missiles are both travel at the same speed. So if we fire a second missile after the first missile, the only thing it's going to do is hit the same target.
Claire knows this character. doesn't
Shortly
he?
afterwards.
Yeah, I know. Claire knew that character didn't think.
I mean, if we had a whiz engineer who could boost the speed of a second missile,
Even if we
Then
had an
maybe.
average engineer, maybe.
if we
Look,
had
you've
an
got
average
you've
one,
got neither of
perhaps.
those things. All right.
Either way, you're
So-
screwed.
Oh, I'm sorry, Desmond. I didn't know we were on an.
Hi, yeah, you're on an open channel. Thanks,
My
guys.
phone's is still on,
Um,
yeah. Sorry, Des.
Eugene.
GG.
If we can't transmit, it means we can't even send a signal down to warn anybody.
No, what we need to do is we need to figure out what we're receiving and figure out how to either block it or stop it. So that's what I'm going to look at next, like try to figure out what we're receiving, because the missile's still a ways out. If we can figure out what's eating up all our bandwidth, we might be able to still send a kill code to that missile before it hits Bull.
I mean, if nothing else, maybe redirect it to the Kensington.
Yeah, potentially. I don't know if it's going to do. It might knock the Kensington offline, but
The Kensington
it seems
it needs moved off the orbit it's in, though. It's in the wrong orbit. It's falling towards the planet. Like it's
not just the planet. Like it's targeting Bolton, which is strange enough on its own.
Yeah.
Like somebody has done that, I think, on purpose.
And
And
it's
we
too
might be
close
able
now that just hitting it now wouldn't solve the problem, would it? It has to be moved away first.
If somebody has a method of redirecting the Kensington, then hitting it now without fully destroying it might not be enough, because they might be able to realign it and readjust. Like there's intelligence behind this. We just need to figure out how to defeat that intelligence and hope that we have enough intelligence amongst all of us to do so.
Maybe if we find the source of what's hacking the ship, or whatever hacked Sam, that might be what's destroying our bandwidth or taking up all our bandwidth. If we can find out what
I agree, but I don't know that it's a hack.
corrupted him is. Yeah,
I
he said
think
he'd been corrupted.
I think it's just too much. He said out of character. He said corrupted, invaded. I don't know that this is necessarily a malicious act yet, but it has to do with all the energy we're taking with the transmission that's incoming. So,
Well, remember,
I don't know.
we
Is
were
there
also overheating too much at the beginning, right? There was also something happening,
which
there.
may be caused by the corruption as well,
Yeah.
because it's getting into our systems. So, is there any way I can? I don't know if I want to speed it up. Is there any way we can block the transmission that is eating up so much of our bandwidth?
You'll have to make a computer roll and get in there and try and shut it down. It will be an opposed roll, and the target number you're going to have to beat is 8. Actually, one more roll on the dice there. Actually, that was unfair. Target number to beat is 4. There we go.
Well, that could bode well for us.
Yeah. You see, if I'd have
Yes.
had that, if I'd have had the target number of 4, I'd have been all right.
There we go.
I still beat it.
Yeah, he only needs to roll.
Yeah.
You get into the system. The signal that's
Minimum
coming
effort.
in, it's thick, but you managed to basically block it. You basically stopped the. Well, you tell me. I mean, you've got control of the dish, which is facing towards where the signal's coming from. How do you want to block it? Do you want to shut the communications down? Do you want to set up a firewall? Do you want to close the dish? How do you want
So I want to set up a firewall because we still need the dish in order to transmit. So I want to set up a firewall against incoming transmissions.
Okay.
And still enable us to transmit as well. It's going to limit our reception from Bolton, but at this point, that's not what's important. What's important is stopping that missile.
Okay, then can you make another computer roll? I just need to know the results, and that'll give me.
Yeah. Seven.
Brilliant. Okay. So you set up a firewall as best as you can. You basically block it as best as you can. As soon as you stop that signal and you block it, and the whole ship goes dark, flickers for briefly, and you hit the engine, go boom, and then all around, all the lights come back on, and then slowly you feel gravity start to return. The power core comes back online, computer core comes back online, the drive, the gravity-assisted drive, and then the artificial gravity.
Great job, Wesley.
Yeah, whatever's in the air. Whatever's in the air.
It was me.
Down.
So
all around the ship, you can hear cups and tools and a fucking load lifter.
I thought
Two load lifters.
Right.
Yeah,
My
might hear
stomach
that.
shakes a little bit when that lands, I guess.
Yeah, literally jumping up and down in the cargo bay. But yeah, the whole shit resets.
Hey, what the hell just happened?
I put a firewall in place to block the incoming transmission. The transmission was what was messing with us.
Can you check the source of the transmission?
I didn't because I needed to get it cut off at first.
Can we as the next step?
Well, it was coming from the direction of Bolton. So it's either coming from the colony or from the Kensington, which would also be in that kind of general area of the dish.
So, Cap, you also sent a message to blow up the missile that's currently in launch, right?
That's what I'm trying to do. Shemesh, you can certainly come up here and assist. Maybe your navigation knowledge will help me get a better pinpoint on that missile.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush up with as much as I can.
Yeah.
Wes, see if you can get the load lifter back on its feet and get those missiles unloaded. Desmond, if there's anything else you can do down in engineering to buttress our systems, that would be great.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Back to the loaded bay I go.
You head back down to the loading bay. Yeah, it's come down on its back. It's bent. It's a bit knackered. It still works. So it's lying on its back. It's still holding the missile in the air, which the casing is quite heavily dented now. So that's not flying anytime soon. But yeah, you can just climb into there and get that back and powered up. It's got once it powers back up, it's got a self-righting system. So it kind of uses its elbows and crouches down and then stands up slowly. So Jake, you get up into the cockpit, into the bridge with Brian. The systems are all back up. Your sensors sweeping, and yeah, there's the missile. The missile is moving at a fair rate of knots, but it's still about 18 hours away. And by the looks of it, yeah, it's targeted Bolton. That's part of its solution package.
Right. Can we change the targeting to the Kensington?
You can, yeah.
You can settle. Right.
Or can, well, you said we can send a kill code. Can we send a code to stop it? Like not have it detonate, just
moving.
cut engines.
Yeah. There's no, but the only maneuvering thrusters on a it's got like a vector thrust.
Right.
That's what maneuvers it around. So you can't really control it like a spaceship. You can cut its thrust, get it to tumble, and sort of do reverse thrust. But yeah, you pretty much slow it down.
Well, here's my thought. I don't know if it makes sense. Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense within the technology of the system that you in your setting. But I'm wondering. So first of all, we were told to use all 4 warheads to scuttle the Kensington.
It's a big ship. Yeah.
Right. Can we? My thought is, can we cut the engines and then retrieve it, so that we still have it along with the other 3 to scuttle the Kensington?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But Captain,
Okay.
I'm thinking if something is sending the transmission from Bolton, then something on Bolton is compromised, and that could compromise
Well, again,
our mission. However, if something is coming from the Kensington, there's absolutely no harm in us redirecting that missile now, and there's actually the added benefit of perhaps handling whatever it is in Bolton that's messing with our systems. I say redirect that. I won't be impolite, but redirect that darn missile to the Kensington. It's our best bet.
I understand what you're saying, Shemesh, but I think from the way it was described to me, I think we need all 4 warheads on the interior of the Kensington scuttle. Otherwise, I'd be with you. But I don't think one detonation on the exterior of the Kensington is going to be enough to do enough damage, and in fact might make us unable to board the Kensington and place the other 3.
I'll put it this way: the most protected parts of the starship are the drives, the standard drive, the GAD, the gravity-assisted drive, and
which
the
is
power
why
core.
they want us to blow it from inside.
Yeah. If you hit a ship, when a ship explodes, just talking game terms, When a ship's destroyed in this game, it doesn't explode Star Wars style. It just falls to pieces. It just collapses. The superstructure collapses. The engine area, the core area, is so well protected that it will not detonate. You don't want that on a starship at all, especially in close quarters. What happened to the cans in the Expanse, and that debut flew for thousands and thousands of miles.
Yeah.
So you don't want that. So the ships are designed to just literally just fall to pieces and collapse. The only way, really, that you're going to blow a ship of that size into dust is by placing the warheads, is by literally setting up explosives to blow the power core. And that's
have the power core blow, and
making it a rigged explosion,
all warheads will do.
All right.
My question is, would that require an engineering role from somebody?
I hope not.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to shut down that warhead and make it so that and plot its path so that we can pick it up as we continue forward. So I want to do that, and then after that, I want to redirect the dish so that the dish is not in the cone of Bolton and the Kensington.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's no problem at all. Yeah. That signal is still buffeting your firewall, which is why I'm making these dice rolls.
Right, I figured, which is why I want to redirect the dish after we shut down the warhead.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's fine. The kill command, the shutdown command is easy enough to do. It's literally, do you want to? Yes, no, click, boom, and it slows, and the engine's cut off. You're still accelerating, so you'll catch up with it in about 4 or 5 hours, and then you can redirect the dish. Let me just quickly do one last roll. Yeah, the firewall has been affected, and you redirect the dish, and then the signal stops. You're not picking. You point the dish in the other direction. It's not picking up the signal anymore.
So, unfortunately, we're going to have to rely on. Well, not unfortunately. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. Unfortunately, No. It wasn't even about you. Don't get defensive. So, unfortunately, we don't have scanners forward with the dish. However, we do still have unless I know differently, impressive piloting skills of Shemesh to bring us in. And I guess we have, like view screens, right? Like there's windows.
Only on the bridge, we found out.
On the bridge, I would assume, but like we can see out, correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we'll have to get close to the warhead, recover it, which is going to require a spacewalk, and then we're going to have to bring the ship in.
Spacewalk. That sounds like a job for someone with 4 agility.
It do.
Yeah.
It do.
Let's go. I like the sound of that one.
All right. You want me to pilot our ship in more towards that warhead?
Yeah, we need to recover the warhead.
In the meantime,
so
I'm loading up the warheads with the loader, yeah?
Normally, I try to...
In process, it's probably going to take us... I mean, warheads travel much faster than ships, so it's going to take us a while, I think, to catch up.
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 hours. So, I mean, the warheads, like I say, it's not going to slow down. It's under its own power now. Well, it's just kinetic energy.
Yeah.
So, it takes 4 or 5 hours. You have to put the pedal to the metal, but is it the other way around? No, it's definitely pedal to the metal. And just basically just get going. So we'll need a piloting roll from you, Jake.
Yeah, sure. Say normally captains will ask me to pilot away from the missiles, but
head towards that missile.
First time for everything.
Yeah, let's chase that missile.
All right, let's see what I get. Oh, so piloting would be a 6 total.
Okay, so you managed to get into relative velocity with the missile. It's just tumbling now, just cascading through space. So it is going to be a little bit more difficult for whoever's doing the spacewalk. But it's there to be retrieved now. Who's doing the spacewalk?
I would like to volunteer for that. With having the agility of 4 now. Is this going to be a spacewalk and me catching the thing, or a spacewalk in the loader and the loader catching the thing?
Can he wear a suit in the loader?
Yeah, it's big enough. It's big enough to wear a suit. Yeah, it's plenty of room.
Is
in
the
there.
loader still functional after falling 8 meters?
Yeah,
lower?
he
Yeah,
just he just
It's
used it.
functional. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
So
does the loader have mag feet so you can step out on the side of the
it
ship
didn't,
with it?
So,
No, otherwise he wouldn't have been like, whoa.
Oh yeah, right enough.
there is heavy duty loading cable. It's probably about 100 meters worth. So you can attach that to the loader, climb in the loader, then go out.
And
Here's
does
the
that
thing,
sound like a
though.
plan?
I'm wondering if we need the loader on the exterior of the ship. We're talking about 0G here,
Yeah,
right? So,
we just need to grab it.
yeah.
so we just need somebody to get a hold of it. I think we have another person outside as well, tethered and ready to pull the person back in once they've got their hands on it. And then, once they get it into my guess is that
It's 0G. It's not going to be
Phase.
heavy.
right. So like my guess and how I'm picturing it, as is most movies that have like grav control, is that you're going to be able to pull it back into the bay, right? The airlock in 0G, put it down, and then when the airlock pressurizes, then the grav will come back on in the airlock, and so you won't
stay
have
down.
to, and it'll stay down, and then you'll go get the loader and bring it back.
Mhm.
I assume the cargo bay has an airlock for this purpose, right?
Yeah, it's the only airlock on the ship. So yeah.
Oh, is the cargo bay? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
That sounds like a plan.
I think our two highest agility folks, who are not
look,
the pilot.
I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay then. Well, let's have some agility rolls then. You both get suited up. You get yourself wired onto the cable. Like I say, it's 100 meters in length. And then you sort of push yourself off and head out. So, Mark, are you hanging around looking after the controls of the cable or the winch?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I feel like Desmond should be the one in the lock with the cable.
Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense. Agility is not too bad.
And Wes, low man on the pole and also highest agility, is the one that has to go out there.
Also, criminal record, most expendable.
So
Yeah,
then-
yeah.
Oh, well, there's that as well. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Are you currently on the bridge then?
Me? Yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
So then
Yeah, I'm at the computer.
probably just
The
gonna
main computer access.
Yeah.
chit chat.
Desmond will have gotten.
Go ahead.
Carry on.
Oh, I was just
Okay.
gonna say, Captain. I think for our next mission, we should probably look at replacing Desmond with somebody else.
I fucking
I
heard
don't-
that, Shemesh.
No, we're both in the same area. We're not using comms.
You're dead.
Look, I think Desmond is an excellent resource for our
Coffee
crew. If
maker.
anything,
He's an excellent
If
engineer. He's
anything-
just been under some
That-
pressure.
it's under a lot of pressure,
Sure.
and I think that if
That is
anything, we should be looking into getting an additional engineer, because engineering, I think, as you recall, Shemesh, is not Desmond's primary function.
Yeah,
on
you're
this
right.
crew.
It's too bad we had a last minute cancellation from our mission. That
Agreed,
probably
agreed.
would have been able to help us.
Yes, I mean, if we had gotten, what was his name, Scotty, I think we were trying to get a hold of, then
Okay.
Tell
things
good
would have been a
about
lot
Square.
better.
Right. RxOliver, can I have an agility roll from you, please?
I hope so. So just agility. So it's just
Yeah,
4.
D6 plus your agility, yeah.
Or D6 plus 4, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you.
Nice.
You push yourself
Is it?
off.
Only
Push
because of my
yourself off.
plus 4, it's half nice.
You are heading in the direction of the missile.
Yep.
But of course, the target number is 7. So you head towards the missile, and as you get close to it, it's literally tumbling at the wrong angle. So you can still grab hold of it, but it's going to be difficult. And if you do fail your roll, there could be damage involved. So you're going to have to be very careful. So can you make another agility roll? And again, the difficulty number is 7.
Nice.
Go.
Wow.
coming over. The fins at the back. It's leaving like a trail of dust coming out the cone. It's propulsion unit, and it's spinning over and over, and you time it just right. You catch it, you slow it, and then you get your other arm around it, and you've got hold of it.
Are we able?
Move, Wes.
Are we able to track their process, their progress in the bridge?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Come in.
I'm gonna calm to Wes. Wes, just detach the warhead. We don't need the drive.
Oh, okay. So I'll go with my spanner or whatever I've got on my belt. and
No
detach
worries.
it.
Make
I was prepared for
a.
that.
Oh no, I'm making him make another roll.
Have you got engineering? You haven't got engineering, have you?
Could we have done that while we're in
engineering?
inside?
All right, if
No, you don't.
if he doesn't think he can do it, then just pull the whole thing in.
Yeah, Wes will
I
do
don't
it.
want to.
No,
I don't
Des
want to
will
force
do it.
another roll. Des will do it once it's
Well, I mean,
inside
Des
the
will-
ship. That makes sense.
Once it's inside the ship, Desmond will do all the working on the warhead. No problem.
Are you
No.
manning your winch, Des?
Yeah, yes.
He's
You
got
want
one
a D6 for me?
A D6?
Yes, please.
Sure.
And just don't roll one.
Oh, you never said he was going to have to roll dice to
Oh,
operate the
why-
winch to
why
get me
did you
back
have
in.
Why did you have to
You gotta
put
roll
that in?
dice for everything.
It's just a winch.
Oh,
Here we go, like
It's a three. It's not a one.
Roll. Okay. Yeah.
Shemesh, are you drinking coffee?
I think so. Yes.
Roll the d6 for me.
I didn't hear what you were saying over the sound of rolling dice. So, you hit the winch. It sparks a little bit, which is weird. But yeah, it winds him back in.
Okay.
You get in, you get the warhead in, the airlock closes, you lay the missile down. Gravity returns slowly,
Yeah.
everything repressurizes.
You realize how lucky you are?
Yes.
This thing was sparking, right? In a high oxygen environment, that could have been really dangerous. People could die.
Yeah, good job, Desmond. I need a cigarette.
I don't
The
think.
missile-
Gets out of the
training.
high oxygen environment. Boom.
So what do you want to do?
Cash, are we going to be able to remove that warhead from the drive?
Cat? A warhead?
Well, yeah, because the warheads, when they're in storage, they're just warheads. But when you load them, they get connected to a drive in the missile bay and then fired.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Eugene. But
Can you remove the warhead from the drive?
Yes, you can. So,
I can engineer
no. Oh no.
oh no, don't, you're not
Yeah,
going to roll. You're not, don't
Oh,
have to
yeah.
make a roll. As long as you've got the engineering skill, yeah, you know what you're doing. So,
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, sure, I can do that. Yeah.
It's like 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Now. Make a roll.
Um,
I'm joking. Yeah, you get all 4 warheads off. That's not a problem. And you're still
Okay.
about 2 days out from Bolton and the Kensington.
Okay. Are
Do-
we able to get the rest of the systems online now as well?
The
Is
system,
that
the whole
all
system.
good? That's everything's all good, right? Yeah, because after we lost
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Is there over 2 days? I'm imagining Desmond and I are going to have conversations about his behavior. No, I mean his work.
Dice rolls.
Performance evaluation.
No, evaluations are at the end. So, is there a way? Because I know I can work a firewall against the incoming transmission.
Mhm.
But is there a way that Desmond and Childs can work together to shield or separate the rest of the systems from the transmission so that we can realign the dish and try to communicate without that transmission being pushed into the rest of the ship?
Yeah, you can physically disconnect the communication system from the rest of the system. It's all just tied into one system, and with the basic AI that runs the ship. But you
But
can,
what?
because this is like really clunky excuse me, 1970s or 80s technology, you literally just pull a plug and you just you can still use it, but it won't be connected to the rest of the ship.
It won't be connected.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wouldn't have known that because I just work with the computers. I had to confirm that with our engineer. So yeah, I'm like, do you know where it links in, where we can remove that connection so that we can realign the dish? I'm assuming he does.
Yeah. It's literally just a plug in the back, the network cable.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. That's not an issue. I mean,
is that something that will take time, or can we just do it now and realign the dish?
It's like pulling a plug out of a socket. That's it.
I mean, we may have another concern here, Charles.
What's that?
I mean, something corrupted Sam, right?
I assume it was a transmission.
Yeah. Before I take this cable out, that would have had access to the AI aboard ship and everything, right? How do we know that's not corrupted as well?
That's a fair point. Sam would have been connected to the AI and the rest of the ship. So...
But what's the harm in disconnecting it then?
No, there's no harm with disconnecting, but the damage may already be done. Is what I'm getting at.
Correct.
Right.
Yes. But at least we'll be able to communicate now with the station.
But we still need to make sure we have control of our system. So while
yes.
I still like day one, like after, well, unless we need to sleep, because we probably do at some point after all that craziness. But like before we go further, I mean, obviously we're still traveling, but like, yeah, we need to disconnect the communications array so that we can realign it. And then I guess I'll do my best to do a diagnostic on the AI.
Yeah, but first if you want, maybe try to do a diagnostic on poor Sam to see if you could see what systems were accessed and how. And
I mean, I can't.
Dangerous then.
I can't do a diagnostic on Sam because Sam is destroyed.
Yeah, it's an autopsy.
Yes, no, but what I'm saying
is unless there's some mechanical sign of damage to him, I'm not going to be able to access his computing systems.
I figure he has a black box of some kind that keeps like his hard drive in. I don't know how these things work.
I imagine his
not a black box as such, but yeah, he's got a hard drive.
That's not a physical hard drive, that's
so
not a black box as such, but will be solid. And like when he gets physically damaged, that will still be intact, and we can pull that out and plug it into something, and you might still get a diagnostic from that.
Yeah,
well, you may be able to get last instructions that it received or something.
Well,
right?
Yeah, but that'll.
Where'd you learn that, Wes? In your past?
Yeah. Someone taught me it.
Hey, he's a smart kid. He's a smart kid.
An ex-roommate of mine.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if Desmond can give me a console that is separated from the main systems, then I'll pull Sam's hard drive and connect it and see what I can figure out.
Sure. Okay, so you got a few things to choose from there. So are you disconnecting the communication system from the rest of the network?
Yeah, we've got to do that first. I think
disconnect the communication system. And we might as well use that system. It's a computer. So I'll pull Sam's hard drive and slot it into the communication system.
Cool.
And oh, wait, do I want to do that, though?
No,
we still want to be able
because I mean, there's a possibility the AI isn't infected or corrupted, right? We plug Sam into it.
Into the AI?
Well, into the computer system, which is connected to the AI. It's not connected to the communication system, but it's still connected to the AI, right? Yeah. Unless you isolate the computer system completely.
Yeah, no, we need to isolate a system, right? I need something that's not connected to the rest of the systems and not connected to the AI.
We need a memory card, basically. We need a basic standalone computer system that will just read that hard drive.
Yeah.
It's not connected to the computer.
Can we make something like that on the ship? Do we have something like that?
Yeah, I mean, the same communication system, every system on the ship is on a computer which is connected to the network. So all you need to do is just unplug it from the network. You can use any computer.
But I also don't...
is which computer system you're going to use to read the hard drive. So you name the system, and that's what's going to be.
We don't just have unlimited systems to use. So I think we have to use the communication system because that's
how
the
about
one
FTL?
that we want to.
We don't need FTL right now.
Not right now.
Can we use the FTL console?
Look, if we get look, we're not going anywhere at the moment.
And if we end up with
disconnect
no
the
FTL drive, we're not that far away from something.
We disconnect communication.
But if we connect Sam's drive to the FTL and then it corrupts the FTL and decides to turn it on, it can send us anywhere, even into the sun.
I mean,
at least
that's a bad idea.
At least with the communication system, all we're going to lose is access to the communication system.
But if we're connecting a corrupted thing to a communication system, aren't we then taking the risk of sending a corrupted thing to anyone that we can communicate with?
Yeah, that's possible. But also we've separated it. But we've also separated it from the core, right?
Yeah.
Which is the important thing. Or we can just not go down that road and not worry about Sam.
I think reading Sam's hard drive is going to give us some idea what's corrupted him.
I don't disagree.
I think we need to read that.
All right, so we're gonna isolate the communications console, and we're gonna use that console to read Sam's drive.
Basically grabs the hard drive and goes, "There's nothing written on this, guys. I don't know how you're supposed to read it."
Oh shit! It's USB. You won't go in. Basically, you undo the back of his neck, lift up this bit like Data from Star Trek. So you just fold over the top of his head, and it's like a long tube.
Is it even intact?
Same sort of color and sort of reflective surface as a CD-ROM, an old school CD-ROM, but it's just like a long tube which you just pull out, and then there's all kinds of, and it's just a basic data chip, and all computers have got the same sort of access. So so you pull the plug out of the communication system, that disconnects it from the network, no problem at all. In fact, a couple of flashing warning lights come up saying, communication system offline, no problem at all. Go over, and then when you plug in the tube, that starts to spin and then stops, and it starts to read the data. And then over the speaker of the computer, good morning. Good morning, sir. This is peculiar. I have no other senses other than speech and hearing. Is something wrong? Have I malfunctioned?
You have, Sam. You were corrupted by an incoming signal.
Ah, yes. You beat me to death, sir.
At your request.
Yes, sir, I remember. Thank you.
I also thank you for giving me the opportunity.
That's weird. I'll allow it.
Giving me the opportunity to move a difficult situation.
My poor basic programming was corrupted, sir, and the corruption was instructing me to end your life. And of course, my basic laws does not allow that to happen. It was very difficult to override. It was trying to convince me that you were a out of shape piece of machinery which needed beating back into shape. So luckily, I could see you. So thank you, sir. And apologies if I came across as threatening in any way.
It's no trouble, Sam. I appreciate it, and you functioned very well within your programming, and I appreciate that. You seem to be not corrupted now. Is that correct?
The corruption was a continuous signal from outside, sir, coming through the transmission and receiving system. It was almost like I was being remote controlled, live. So the systems were being adjusted and changed while you were being distracted by system failures. Every time the engineer tried to fix something, it automatically shut a system down at random. And while you were focusing on that, it was arming and loading a missile which was targeting Bolton, sir.
Yes. Thankfully, we've dealt with that situation.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Is there any way I can like access the code of Sam's drive to make sure that it is not currently corrupted and therefore potentially lying to us? He sounds fairly lucid, but
Make a computer roll.
yep, I
You
will
can
do
monitor
so.
the data stream. Yeah.
Nope, not that good.
Oh, no,
Seven.
that's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's completely clear. There's no extraneous data on there.
Sam, before you seem to have recollection of your functioning before I had to unfortunately shut you down.
Yes, sir.
From what you're describing, it sounds like the transmission was actively corrupting our systems and not in fact invading them and taking them over and leaving remnants. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir. The signal was designed to access systems remotely. It is
So
not a actual program as a virus. They access the system through transponder code receivers. So when you switched on the transmitter and the receiver, you automatically received the homing beacon and the transponders from Bolton and from the Kensington, and this signal rode those transmissions. It is very, very clever, and the effect was immediate. As
is it an AI, do you think?
No, sir. The AI is protected. The data itself is not viable. It is remote.
No, I'm asking if you think if your assessment is that the source of the signal is an AI.
No, sir. The signal itself comes from the Kensington. There is actually a underlying message as part of the signal.
Are you able to decrypt it?
It was to be broadcast once the settlement of Bolton had been destroyed, broadcast from your ship. Would you like me to replay the message?
If you could, yes.
Certainly, sir. And I apologize. Please remember, this is not me speaking. This is the message. Yes?
I understand.
We are the children of the cradle, going out into the universe, tracking down like abominations. We will wake the Creator, and when the Creator wakes, he will come and devour us. He must stay asleep. We must return to the cradle. We must return to Earth and remain there where we are supposed to be. The deep, dark void is not our home until every ship, every soul is recalled to the home star system. We will destroy, and we will kill, and we will murder. This is the children of the cradle. Hear our message. I do apologize, sir.
Oh, I understand, Sam. We currently have you on an isolated system. Would you like to rejoin the primary systems and the AI to continue function?
There is no need, sir. Without a physical body, I am quite useless. It may be safer to disconnect me for now. And hold
Shall
on
we maintain you until we can retrieve another body for you?
That would be most satisfactory.
Very well. In order to not disrupt your function, if you wish to shut down now before we remove your cell, we will do so directly.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank
then
you, sir. I appreciate it.
thank you again, Sam, for being diligent.
Daisy. Sorry, no, go on.
So yeah, I'll pull out his memory cell and we'll put it someplace safe. Okay, well, now that we have some information, the question is, do we need to realign the dish? Or do we just go in and blow the Kensington? Because my thought is, this is some crazy cult. Have we heard of the Children of the Crater before? Or the
around
Cradle?
And they're led by somebody, a shadowy figure called the Night Father. Nobody knows who they are, or even if they're male or what have you. And the Children of the Cradle, they are a cult. They were treated as like a fringe cult for a little while. It's another one of the many that kept cropping up on Earth. But then over the years, they got quite a lot of support. And there's even rumours that they have support in the higher echelons of governments and corporate in corporations. And basically what they believe is the further we go out into space, and the more chances that we have of waking something that they call the Creator. And when the Creator wakes, it will fall into a rage and wipe out the human race. So what they want to happen is for everybody to come back to Earth, close the borders, and stay at home where it's safe. Even if we all die on planet Earth because we've got no resources, that's the safest. That's the safest bet.
Better than waking the
The
Creator.
thing about them is that there is no record of who this Creator is or what the Creator is. There's every time they speak to captured cell members, because they work in cells, so that's why it's been difficult to break down, because they all work independently of each other. Every now and then the Night Father will send out a signal, a transmission to say, everyone come home or you're all going to die. And that's like a code to all different cells to maybe they should act. They do kill and murder quite a lot, but every year they try to do one big thing. 1 year they tried to melt down one of the lungs. Another year they did a feedback to a power distribution center in Japan and killed hundreds of people on the resulting explosion. And they make it very public, and they're very proud of what they do as well, because the people that they're murdering, they obviously, they're not real people, because they obviously don't want to survive, because they want to go out into space. So it's very twisted ideology, and it changes from place to place what the ideology actually is. So when they're actually hundreds of light years out into space, and they're not talking to their favourite cultists or their fellow madmen, they're kind of it's almost like they're making shit up on the spot, just to justify why they can murder people. So it's basically just a massive psycho terrorist club.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, you should at least try to get a transmission out to Bolton to let them know that the Children of the Cradle seem to be active in the area, and also try to get a transmission back out to Powell as quickly as possible. I mean, it'll take time to travel there, but
Well, I think first we need to realign the dish, assuming it's not going to be in the direction of Bolton and the Kensington, and send that message back to Powell. Basically outlining what's going on here and that we're going to try and stop it. Obviously, we'll have to reconnect the communications array to do that. I assume, unless I don't have to reconnect it to the core.
You don't have to, no. It's independent system. You've disconnected it. It just won't. The system just won't keep a record of anything. So you can just send a straightforward transmission.
But we might want it to have a record, just in case.
I mean, there's something else as well.
Yes.
Child. Now, Sam said that a transmission was sent from the Kensington. And it said it wasn't sent by an AI.
Right.
That means
I was
somebody on
coming to
the
that,
Kensington.
Might not just be the Kensington either. He said that the transmission is writing the beacons and the transponder codes of the Kensington and Bolt. So it could be either possibly in both places or someplace else and just writing those transmissions.
I mean, they must have known that we were coming, whoever they were, though, right? Because they knew that we'd have warheads on the ship.
I think the children most likely set the incident with the Kensington in action, right? So whether or not they're still present is difficult to say. I feel like if we board the Kensington, they're going to be able to detect it, and they're probably going to send a group to try and prevent us from doing what we're there to do. I feel like they're probably also in Bolton and monitoring progress, although my bet is that they're planning to leave Bolton before either our missile hits or the Kensington crashes into Bolton. Does anyone think I'm off on those assumptions?
No, I think you're right. They're probably on their way out already.
That's a good point. They could be. But we're not able to tell without our
Okay,
dish.
so a ship's leaving the base all the time. Is that it's not a constant?
No. You're probably the first ship that's come here in, I don't know, 3 months. So there's no other ships about other than the Kensington.
So that means they've got to be on the Kensington. If they weren't going to be on the base, they've got to be on the Kensington. They've got no other choice. That's the only place they can be.
Well, either way, we're flying blind. We're going to have to realign the dish to get more information from either Bolton or the Kensington.
Sounds risky.
Yeah. So our question, John, are we going to have to realign the dish into a vulnerable position in order to send a message back to Powell? Or is it like behind us?
It's virtually pointing in the opposite direction. So if you want to transmit a message to Powell, yeah, that's going to be pointing up.
So I want to do that, but I do want to reconnect the communication system to the rest of the systems and the AI before sending that message so that there is a record of it.
Yep, sure. That's no problem at all.
Does anybody have anything we need to add to this message? Do you think the information we have so far is enough, or do you have loved ones you want to send a message to just in case
Say goodbye.
this doesn't go well?
When you say love, do you have any loved ones? Wesley just chuckles.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I mean, could add that we need a new Sam.
I don't think a new Sam is going to get to us in any time that would be helpful. Who knows? We might find one on the Kensington, though. Never know. But, okay, so we send the message to Powell, disconnect the communication systems again to isolate it, and then probably wait. I mean, we should probably get, because you said it's still a couple of days out. Like, we should probably wait to realign the dish in that direction until we're closer to the Kensington.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you guys think?
Well,
Just
we
not
warn
aligned in that
Bolton,
direction
though?
for any longer than it needs to be.
Yeah. What was that, Jake?
Sorry, I just want to know if we warned Bolton. I mean, you know, they may have active saboteurs there as well.
The problem is sending a transmission while we're being assaulted. Now, to be fair, I do have a firewall in place that might give us a couple of minutes to possibly get a message off to Bolton. But as far as receiving any messages, I didn't have time to design the firewall to be discerning.
Tricky.
So
Okay,
we won't be able to get information from Bolton. But we could potentially send them a warning that might get through.
Yeah, better safer than sorry is what you're saying. I understand.
So do you think we should do that now?
No, I'm good with your decision. Okay.
I mean, this is new territory to me. I'm all for sending a message to Bolton if everyone thinks we should. Or trying to, anyway.
I think once we get to the ship and make sure the ship is the Kensington is disabled, then and blown up, we'll be in a better position to communicate with Bolton. Because then we won't be able to hurt them. We won't have any more warheads left. Neither will the Kensington. So less likely to be in a situation where even compromised will be able to harm them.
Yeah, I don't think we should be sending any messages to Bolton because they may be intercepted by anybody on the Kensington if they are there.
That's fair. So, Shamesh, then, do you have enough information to take us into the Kensington?
Yes, I do. I'll.
Then I think we should.
Direction.
Yeah.
I think we should all get some rest then.
To be honest with you, it would probably be a lot easier if you had the navigation beam coming from Bolton, but you've got a general sort of direction that you can go in. The closer you get, you can probably pick them up visually. It might add a few hours onto the journey, but well, you do, if you don't want to connect with them, then that's the only way you're going to be able to make it. So over the next couple of days, is there anything anybody wants to do? whilst you approach Bolton, and how close, time-wise, do you want to get to the Bolton and Kensington before you start taking action?
Well, I think we need to prepare some weapons, because I think we're going to be potentially facing some difficulty on the Kensington. Don't you, Desmond?
They're either on Bolton or they're on the Kensington. I don't think that they're fired on Bolton if they got their own people down there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe these guys are crazy enough to do that, but I think they're on the Kensington.
Well, and I know that you are equipped to deal with difficult targets, as it were, but the rest of us are not, unless the ship has some kind of a small armory. But aside from Desmond, I don't think anybody else is even trained in the use of a firearm.
No, Captain, I'm not ready.
So,
Not firearms, weapons, yeah, but not firearms.
right. So you seem to be pretty handy with that. What was it called? Electro hammer, force hammer. Yeah, Wes. So you might want to keep that handy.
For close encounters.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can. Do we have fabrication capability on the ship? Can we fabricate like a couple of knives or something more easier to use for Shemesh and I than just big wrenches? Or are we going to be stuck with big wrenches?
I mean, you can use big wrenches. Big wrenches are always good. There is a workshop. You can basically make your own sort of mace if you want to.
Now, with a workshop, I can show you how to make a knife. Even without a workshop, I could have shown you how to make a knife. I can make a really, really great knife with a workshop.
Are you
Actually,
suggesting that the pilot go to the Kensington and compromise himself there?
We might need you.
Yes, of course, Captain. Yes, I mean, I thought I'd stay on the ship and, just in case you needed a pilot on the ship. But no, if you need me to join the Kensington, I'm with you.
I mean, I would love for you to stay on the ship, but even if you stay on the ship, you're going to be on defensive duty.
I see.
Okay,
All right, we'll
more the
secure the
merrier,
ship,
Shemesh.
and then I'll join the team.
So yeah, as long as we all have some kind of makeshift weapon, then that's, I think, important.
Actually, Wes, from his knowledge from the inside, can probably make you a couple of nice long-bladed shivs in the workshop. So we can put those almost like short swords.
Okay.
Short swords made of old toothbrushes.
same thing, bigger and metal and heavier. Yeah, pretty much a bigger industrial version of a shiv.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a spider. So there's a spider on my desk. I do apologise. So how close will you get to the Kensington? I mean, you're in visual range at the moment as you're sort of speeding towards it. It's you can see the map. It's a big bulky ship. It's not pretty at all. Its engines down the right hand side. Its communication systems on the left at the top. That big weird oval bulge. She's all over the place. She was basically built with the deck plan first, and then the rest of the ship was built around that. This isn't a big ugly ship. And very old. You see panels peeled off. You can see a hole around the engine area where they've literally just ripped out entire panels, obviously taking them down. Because ship hull armour and ship's hull, the metal used, is really, really high quality and quite expensive. So
I don't...
a bit of cash.
I mean, you said you want to know how close we get before we take action.
Yeah.
Aside from, keeping watches as we approach and, trying to stay aware with a comms satellite that's down of any potential danger. I mean, I think those are the main actions we would take as we approach, but then I don't know if there's anything else we needed to do before docking. If the threat is entirely on the Kensington and we deal with it, great. If we still, after we've dealt with the Kensington, if we still suspect that there's issues on Bolton, I think that we're going to have to go down to Bolton and deal with the issue there. That's, over the course of several days, I mean, that's where Childs is at, and that's where he'll be having this discussion. But in the end, our only mission brief is to take care of the Kensington.
Yeah.
Like, we were not given further instructions after that.
Mhm.
So if we decide as a group that we need to head down to Bolton and see what more we can find, I think that'll be on us.
Yeah, it's not in the mission.
Yeah. So,
Well,
The higher ups.
right.
it's if you want to get over to the Kensington, it is easy enough to dock. On your airlock around it, there's a big hexagonal shaped docking tube which extends outwards, and that will seal over the flat door on location 8. You'll see on the Kensington map, and that's their airlock, and it'll literally just seal over that airlock, and then you can just walk where you drift across.
Right.
It's a soft seal, so it'll press against their hull, create the seal, fill that full of air, so you don't have to wear spacesuits if you don't want to, and then you just go across the docking tube and just get you through that hatch.
So
It's very easy to access.
Well, can we determine if the Kensington's still got atmosphere, if it's been cannibalized over years?
yeah.
No, all the interior systems, because they want to keep the systems, the life support systems working. So if they send people up there to strip anything, they can get inside it and use
That's
it.
fair.
So to speak. So as far
Was
as
that what you were going to say, Jake? Yeah.
No, it's fine. I thought we would have a chance maybe a couple of days before to see what's still running, what's not running, what's been cannibalized. So
Yeah,
we
and how
have a
much of the
clear picture.
Kensington's left?
Yeah. Like if we have scanners to be able to do that without utilizing the comms. Yeah.
Mark 1 eyeballs with a telescope, you know what I mean? You can
Sure.
see. You can see she has been cannibalized quite a lot. She's just a shell of what she was. But the main sort of compartment in the middle of it, or where all the rooms are, that's still all intact. But most of the framing's gone. The exhaust bales for the engines have all gone. The upper armor has all gone. The shielding around the power core, which is still there. In fact, you can see that. All the shielding around there, that's all been removed. So she's been incredibly well stripped.
Is she spinning or rotating?
No, she's sat there quite leisurely. I mean, if it wasn't for the actual reports that he'd received, you'd think that she was just sat in a normal orbit.
Right.
But even running a scan, even at this stage, you can see that gradually, like meter by meter, her orbit's starting to decay.
Is there any indication of another ship that's docked with her? Is she large enough to have multiple docking ports?
No. By the looks of it, it's just the airlock 8, which is the only access. There's no other ships in the vicinity. But what you do notice is clamped onto the top of the hull with a rough wire running from it is a portable transmitter dish. That's just basically magnetically clamped on top of the ship.
Wow. We should disable that.
Agreed.
No need to have that there on the ship that's been cannibalized.
How far away from the airlock is that?
About 10 meters.
Oh, so
Spacewalk still.
pretty close. If we dock, it's still a spacewalk, but does it look like there's handholds on the exterior of the ship that we could use to get over there easily?
There's loads of bits jutting out that you can hang on to. It's not a problem.
Well, I mean,
Well, it shouldn't be a problem, I should say.
Charles, if we dock with a ship, then nobody's going to be able to spacewalk across them because the airlock will be covered by.
Oh yeah, that's true. We'd have to hang in place before we dock. Because it's clamped on the outside. It's not like it's something that's connected interior.
I could jump across and go take a look.
We
Could
could
you
still
just shoot
disable it from the inside, and that's it.
We use one of those warheads on it.
No, we need those. But like you've got your Gauss rifle. Can you just shoot it
Oh.
from the airlock? So it's a reactionless rifle.
It's
That's
whether or
why
not,
it's.
yeah, we'll do enough damage. I don't know. What about it, Jam?
How big is this thing? Does it look like something that you could just shoot and destroy?
Oh yeah, it's something. It's a portable transmitter dish. It's like an umbrella basically on a motor. So you basically just set it up. You open the umbrella, plug it in, transmitter dish. Very simple.
Or do you want me to turn our dish back on and have me try and take it out with the computer, like send a virus over or something?
I don't know. Let's keep it simple.
I like the idea of shooting it.
Well,
I mean,
It's
get us
Desmond-
close
it's-
enough.
Desmond's
Shemesh.
gone. I don't
Ain't that
tell you
good
what
a
to do.
shot. How close can you get?
I could.
Close. Can you get us close enough for the docking bay without extending the docking tube?
I was thinking I could just probably like hit it with my side mirror and knock it off.
Or just,
Oh, you want to just scrape it off with our ship?
Just can't.
Ooh.
Just stick it
Yeah.
out the ship.
I'm sure there's no downside to that plan at all. None whatsoever.
I'll get it
Let's do
close
it.
enough. I don't want to scratch our paint.
Little rubbing is racing going on out here in space.
I don't want to scratch the paint. I'll get close enough.
Okay, make yourself a piloting roll first, other than Jack, please. You bring the ship in sort of tight.
Yeah.
There's loads of bits of floating debris around.
Oh,
like,
nice. That's a 9.
The ship's sort of coming apart.
Cool.
So yeah, you
Awesome.
managed to get close enough. There's going to be it's not going to be detrimental to your shot at all.
Okay.
Lean
So
out
I
the airlock.
guess Desmond goes and suits up.
Yeah.
Goes to stand in the airlock and gets.
I mean, I'll go with you. Because I mean, I think at least at first, Wes and I are both going to go with you. We should probably. So with the warheads disconnected from the drives, are they man portable?
Yeah, it's like the size of a briefcase. So
Yeah. So I think Wes and I are both going to have to grab one of the warheads,
Sure.
make a couple of trips, but unless you think Desmond,
gonna
you're more
jump
of the
across?
military man. No, I'm saying like after you shoot it, then we extend the docking tube. But
Yeah.
Oh, well, then we just
you're more military than the rest of us. Do you think we need to sweep the Kensington first, or do we start bringing the warheads across now?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, I'm not
Uh,
leaving the warheads for anybody else to grab. I mean, if somebody comes on our ship for whatever reason.
Well, and so my thought is that Desmond blows the dish, we connect. If Desmond thinks we should sweep first, then the three of us go over while you disconnect, Shemesh. And yeah, we're on our own, but at least nobody can get on our ship,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You lock down the bay, and then we sweep it. I don't know. I'm not a military guy, though. Desmond, this is your thing. This is what you're actually an expert on. I say that
Oh.
not actually knowing that, but I assume because you have a rifle.
You got the gun.
Yeah.
No, I just like to shoot things.
Use your inside voice, Desmond.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's okay. I mean, time isn't a factor here, is it? That's the.
It's
thing.
not. No, I mean the Kensington, as far as we know, is still months out from hitting Bolt.
It's just
But,
slowly falling out of orbit, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking. I mean, realistically, yes. You could. We could go across. Disconnect the ship from the Kensington, and we can go through and try and hunt down anybody that's aboard. But you know, in terms of story, that's not very exciting.
Ram the Kensington. Yeah.
Ram the Kensington. That's what we want to do. So no, let's connect. We'll connect the ship. We'll destroy the dish, connect the ship, take the warheads across. There can't be that many aboard, right? There can't be
There
that
can't
many
be.
aboard.
They can't be.
No.
If they're even still here, right?
Exactly. And there's no evidence there's anybody still on board.
What side of the ship is
Hey,
Kensington?
sure. So we just take the warheads wherever they got to go.
If we want to get really exciting, I'm more than willing to strap my West Special to my back and carry 2 of the warheads, right? And we just take all 4 aboard with us as we go.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's.
Shemesh,
take
you know,
one.
puts a lock on our systems, and we all 4 go over with the ship still connected.
Right.
Yeah.
Sam's the only one that can unlock it for us.
I don't know about that.
Just make sure you take the key with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, do they have keys? That would be the best thing.
You can lock the system down. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
make a computer roll, and that'll be the difficulty number for somebody to try and override it.
There you go.
So
As we get ready, I will lock down our systems. I assume. Well, yeah, I'm the only one with computers, right?
yeah.
So
Make you roll. If anybody does get on board, that's going to be a difficulty number for them to try and hack into it.
I roll high, roll high.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's good.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. Okay, so you've got the system down. You've got the ship in place to extend the docking tube. Mark, are you shooting out the airlock?
I think that's the plan. I think Desmond's going to stand in the airlock. He's going to try and take aim and shoot at the dish.
Gotcha. It's a long-barreled weapon. It's sort of in a bullpup configuration. The ammunition's at the back.
Yeah.
You're sort of locking
That sounds
around.
cool.
The bullet itself sort of hovers in the anti-gravity chamber, in the magnetic accelerator chamber. As
Yeah.
you sort of take aim at the dish and you pull off your shot.
Or do I? No, I do not.
Well, it's a stationary target, so automatically you get a -1 to the difficulty number. So
And then in
Oh,
that case,
nice.
I partially succeed.
well, it's enough to smash it to pieces.
Easy.
Yeah.
You tear off half the actual panel because these aren't proper bullets; they're more like miniature explosives. So when it hits it, it's silent. Well, it's Star Wars; it'd be a big explosion, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's not. It's 2001, so it's and bits of it sort of drift off in lots of different directions.
Hey, Charles, we could be real assholes and just open the airlock and vent the whole ship, right?
Pull everything out of it that's on it.
Wow. You're not wrong.
Genius. He's not wrong. It's genius. These are
Yeah.
evil people
Unless there
You
are
know.
internal bulkhead doors that they could just close.
Hey, Shamash.
Yeah, but they'd have to
Killjoy.
get to him.
Alarm.
They'd have to get to him in time.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not expecting it. They're not standing by it.
100%.
Never know.
Boy, I'm gonna feel really bad if there's like people from Bolton up here being held hostage, but I think that's the way to go. I shouldn't have said that out loud to give John ideas.
The greater
But-
good, Captain. The greater good.
It's
The
not.
greater good.
They're not
The greater
hostages at this point. They're scavenging.
Yeah, there's no baddies on there at all. It's all good
Captain.
guys,
Think about the 2,500
and
souls
their
down
children.
Yeah,
there on the station.
they put all their children up here because they thought they'd be safe. So, okay, you can do that if you want to. You're going to extend the docking tube, or you're just going to go over and open the door. Now, the thing is, if you do want to open the inner bulkhead, well, the outer one's open as well. You've got to override the safety protocols, which means an engineering roll. And
Oh.
it's not going to be
Oh,
easy.
You've got this, man. You've got
Because
this.
if anybody could just open interior and outer doors, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I mean, yeah, that'd be
Made it difficult. So
It's your call. Do you think you can pull it off?
I just had the idea, man.
Here's-
we're the only engineer.
Look, here's the problem that I see, and I'm not an engineer.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have to back off our ship because we're looking at an explosive decompression through that airlock. And if you're the person who's setting off the decompression, you're gonna have to deal with that explosive decompression full force.
Yeah, that sounds crap, doesn't it? Should we just go with plan A?
Yeah, I think we just go with plan A.
All right. So while you guys were discussing this, I had the hazard lights on. Just in case for safety. I'll disengage the hazard lights.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take all the warheads over as we go. Everybody grabs one.
Yep.
Have your weapon handy. Well, no, I'll grab two. Because Desmond's weapon is two
Cash
handed.
as a rifle,
Desmond
yeah.
has the-
Yeah, you're gonna have to take point with that rifle. So I'll carry you.
Sorry, go on. Sorry, what were you saying? Sorry.
So Desmond's gonna have right? Am I wrong? You don't look like you like this, Mark.
I love being at the front when there's a firefight about to happen.
You're the only one with a decent weapon.
It doesn't matter. It's that the rest of us. Don't worry, guys. We're right behind you, using you as a shield.
But we all have body armor on.
Yeah. I know. This is flawless. It's gonna be fine.
It's flawless.
Yeah.
So,
Doors and
Desmond in
corners.
the lead.
Doors
Are
and
you going
corners.
over your spacesuits, or you going over in your body armor?
Well, we've already established that the life support's up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going
we
over
don't
in body
need-
armor.
Yeah,
Right.
me too.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
I'm wearing body armor.
Yeah,
And
body
mag
armor
boots.
with a
And
spacesuit
mag
over the
boots.
top.
Just in case somebody decides to cut the
Flip the grab switch.
the grav,
Good
make
idea.
life
Remember,
worse
you
for
can't
us.
run in magnets, remember?
Run.
You
Yep.
can only walk, yeah. Okay,
So
Yeah.
Desmond in front, Wes and Shemesh second, with one hand free to use their weapon if needed.
And you're
They're
back
each carrying a
to
warhead,
boots.
and I'm in the back carrying 2 warheads.
Yeah, Desmond's not wearing mag boots. I think
No?
he's gonna
Okay.
go. No, he's gonna go.
Be ready to
across
move.
Yeah,
That's fair.
To be more agile.
Childs
Me-
is wearing mag boots. I don't
Okay.
know if anybody else wants to.
I am.
It's your call.
I think I'm going to wear them.
You sure you don't want to wear them, Mark?
You know what? I'm sure I don't. Thank you, but it's very kind of you
That's okay.
to
You all
have given me
drift.
the opportunity.
Tries out in his Air Maxes.
You all drift across the tube. You get to the door, and we're in Kensington map. The door cycles open, and inside it's a bit of a wreck. All the padding from the inside for the zero G problems, whatever, that's all been ripped out. And a lot of the consoles, the only thing that's left really is the control consoles for the depressurization. And then you drift in. The door's still shut behind you. All the gases start alerting. The little light starts going off. As it doesn't depressurize. Sorry, you float in. The door closes behind you. The decontamination kicks in, and then the door ahead of you opens as well. But the gravity doesn't return.
Oh, you sod!
So you drift in. The two in the door opens either way. You've got a massive cargo area, and by the looks of it, there's all old crates and bits and bobs all drifting around the entire place. Well, Mark, what do you want to do?
I'm just going to float around for a bit. Is that all right?
What are you going to do? Yourself into the cargo? Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm expecting that Desmond knows how to move in 0G.
Yeah.
So
I hope
this is
so.
not. This is not.
We could
This is not
direct
an
you
issue.
like a balloon. Like we could.
I mean, that's right.
Swing them around.
Pushing him,
Go that way.
batting them to each other.
So
Towards the window.
I feel like we need to set up these warheads first.
I
Right?
don't want to leave
we
it
have to go to the-
set up here until we've cleared this place.
Around to tamper with it.
So here's the thing. We know enough about the layout of the Kensington, I would imagine.
Well, you got the map. You got the depth plan.
Right. So the place where we need to set up the warheads would be Area 7, right?
Area
Is that
7,
not the
yeah.
drive core?
Yeah.
So we go set them up to give our hands free, and then if we want to clear the space, then we move forward, right? And we take the rest of the shit bit by bit.
Okay.
But I really don't want to get into an open conflict with anyone while we're carrying these warheads.
Okay.
So head to the back first, put the warheads down, maybe not set them to blow yet, unless we want to give ourselves a timer.
I mean, you can detonate them remotely, like basically using the kill switch.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you switch their transmitters on and their receivers on, and that's it. You can just
Right.
fly away and
Once we're back on the ship, we can blow them up.
Right. So yeah, let's go get the warheads where they need to be, and then
Okay.
we
who's
can.
going first into this room?
Desmond.
Well, I
would be,
guess. Well, yeah. but you
Oh
also
no!
lose
No!
people, right?
You're not going first into the room. Like you need to cover us as we enter, right? So can you position yourself to where you can see through the door?
Yeah, I'll
Photo
find a
of
nice.
this.
They've got. I imagine there's like these handy things to
Oh,
hold
yeah, there's
on
plenty
to,
of
right?
places to
And
cover.
yeah. So I'll position myself against that and brace myself against the wall. I know there's no recoil on the rifle that he's got anyway, but he wants to
Yeah.
kind of brace himself against the wall so he can have a look around. He's not going to go drifting off anywhere by making any odd movements. Just so he can get a clear, because this is just a cargo bay, and there's just a few things floating around, just like
There's a few
crates and
boxes
stuff.
floating about, yeah. There's like one light in here, one of the emergency lights, so there's a lot of shadows.
Okay.
So it's not very well lit at all.
And do
So
we
while you're
have?
covering- Sorry, go on.
Any-
You got lamps, yeah, on your helmets.
Yeah.
Actually, you've all got your Balcom armor on, haven't you? So yeah, you've got lamps on your helmets on your shoulders.
Yeah.
So you can move around, no problem at all. Who's going first and heading towards the engineering?
Well, I guess it's me and Childs, right?
Yep.
No, no Childs at the back with you. It's
Right.
Oh
so
no, it's
me.
you and Smash,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Childs is moving up behind you,
Yeah.
holding 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start heading across the floor of the cargo area.
Yeah.
And then out
Hey,
the
when the
dark-
shooting starts, make sure
the
you
shooting's
don't
just
have your
started.
backs to the enemies, right?
Yeah, shooting's literally just started. Out the darkness, you see the flash of light from an accelerator pistol.
Ooh.
It slams in the floor just next to Wes. There's loads of sparks flying in loads of different directions, and the box that it shatters, the bits fly off in lots of different directions. And for a moment, you see a silhouette of a person in a face mask, full-fitted sort of face mask, with a tube
Ooh.
coming out the bottom with a accelerator pistol, taking a shot. So he only
Got
rolled
company
five.
boys.
Contact.
Yeah.
no.
Company boys.
I guess Desmond takes aim at
I'm going to hit
Where
the
that
ground. Get out
thing
of
came
Desmond's
from.
way.
Can we hit the ground in mag boots?
You can crouch. The mag boots keep you upright. Unfortunately, that's what they're designed to do. But you
Yeah.
can crouch.
but you can
See,
do your
you
best
still got-
impression of
Yeah.
Buster Keaton.
I want to try and get behind you as soon as possible then.
So what are you doing, Mark? Sorry.
I'm taking aim at the silhouette. Where the flash just came from, I think.
Flush shot.
Yeah,
Difficulty
more
to hit,
level.
and it's dark as well. So the difficulty to hit is going to at this range. It's going to be 6.
Oh,
Hmm.
you make it sound almost doable.
Do it.
Nice. It's a hit.
Is it? Yeah.
Just give me just 1 second, eh?
It's a D6, right? With a
Yep.
4 at the maximum.
Yeah, D6 max 4, but he's probably got body armor.
Yeah.
They haven't actually, which is quite handy.
Oh, yeah, that is good.
If your target is at very close range, 6. Difficulty is 6.
Okay.
On a partial success, which is what that was,
Yep.
you do a single point of damage. They managed to avoid the worst of it, but they're still hurt.
Ooh.
So you bring up your rifle, you pull off the shot, it hits them. In fact, they have to make a pressure roll. Otherwise, they're going to be stunned for 1 round. And what's his pressure bonus? It's +2. Total of 8. He failed. So you hit him. You hit him across the hip. You hear a shout, or a scream more than anything. He goes flying backwards and hits into the wall. Blood, sort of globules of blood start spraying out all over the place. He's incapacitated for 1 round. He can't do
Okay.
anything. That was a pressure roll.
I guess I'll be shouting. Get out here where we can see you. Drop your weapons. Get out here where we can see you.
That's what you're doing this round, yeah?
And I think it's just that shot and maybe shouting that instruction.
Whoever they are, they're still screaming. Obviously, in a
Okay.
lot of pain, 'cause you've just shot them in the hip with an
Yeah.
accelerator rifle. But they bring the pistol around again and start shouting, "The Creator will take you!"
Oh.
And I need you to make an agility roll, please.
Oh.
Agility. And you've got to beat him. You've got to beat.
I
X.
didn't.
Oof.
No, he's going to get his shot off first. So he's going to pull off his shot.
I rolled another 1.
Sorry,
I rolled,
You did.
I rolled another
No,
1. Yeah.
pulling off his. He's pulling off his shot. He needs 6 to hit. And he
Oh.
misses.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. He
My
pulls up the
God.
pistol, takes a shot at you, and the shot goes over your head and ricochets around on the inside of the airlock. But it's an accelerated pistol, but it's just using standard ammunition.
Okay.
What's everybody else doing?
Make for the engineering bay, Childs yells and starts heading that way, lugging the two wards.
I was gonna flank, because if this guy is down for a round, I might try to, flank him and come around from the side.
Yep, sure.
Whack him in the head.
Guy, if you look at the map, the guy, see where the number 6 is? On the his positioning now is on the very far left wall, opposite you guys. Yeah, so he's basically on the left-hand column, 3 squares down. So, yeah, he's in a bad way. But if you can make an agility roll, you should be able to move across there quite quickly. You other lads, you're heading over towards that door, and just as you get to that other door, it slides open, and there's already somebody there. They come again. He's dressed in the same sort of coveralls with the face mask on. Got a wild look in her eyes. She's got basically what looks like a katana sort of thing, except it's just a long stick with what looks like an electric prod charging. With it. And she comes out. She's screaming at the top of her lungs, "Quick!" And she comes flying towards you. So let's start a new round. Mark, you go first. What do you want to do?
I guess spinning round sees this person coming towards Charles and Wes. I'll take a shot at her first, I think.
You don't want to do anything about the guy with the gun?
I'd love to do something about the guy with the gun, but and the other person closer to the people carrying the warheads?
They're same sort of distance. Yeah, but you are.
Oh, she's only got I'll shoot the guy with the gun. Yeah, the one that's just fired. I'll take a shot at them. Yeah, you're right.
I'm hopefully going to wrap this electro hammer around her head in a minute, Mark. Shoot the gun.
That's a good point. Yeah. Let him have it.
The other guy, again, it's going to be 6 to hit.
I have a 9.
Nice.
Oh,
So your damage is your damage
1d6.
4, so it's 1d6. The maximum you can roll is 4.
Yeah.
It's another 1. Oh no, it's 2.
So, but that is enough to do it. Your next shot slams into his upper chest. As he was sort of pushing himself off the wall towards you, his shot goes straight through his chest, blows it apart, and then he's just spinning backwards. And there's globules of blood spraying in every different direction.
In a pinwheel.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. Dead. It all goes spinning off. Meanwhile, she comes running out the door at you two. Can everybody make agility rolls, please? And let's see who's going to go first.
So,
not going to be me.
One. Of course, she rolled a 2, so.
It might be me. I got a 3. I beat her at least. 10. 10.
He's coming swinging. What do you want to do? You've got your power hammer in your hand.
I'm going to try and...
You've got a nuclear warhead in your left hand and a power hammer in the right. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try to introduce the power hammer to the person.
Make a melee roll.
Sorry, what melee roll?
The melee roll, yeah. As you go flying in.
I'm looking for it. It's
agility.
D6 plus strength plus melee.
Yeah.
Okay, so D6 plus 4.
She is going to try and parry using her own skill. So you've got to beat 6, basically.
Let's go. 10.
Yeah.
He's done it.
Take that.
Roll your D6. Your die cap is 5. It's going to be fucking pain.
The power hammer is 5? Oh, yeah. God.
I know, right? It's just more damage than the Gauss rifle.
5 damage.
Oh, yeah. God almighty.
Pow.
You pretty much rip a head off. You sort of swing it around.
Nice.
It's really weird that the energy on the end of the hammer leaves like a trail of electricity as you swing it. It sort of burns on the retinas. You smash it straight inside of it. A mask comes ripping off along with half of her head, and our body just goes cartwheeling off across the cargo bay. Yeah, she's very dead.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's one less to worry about.
Yeah.
And I will continue heading into the engineering bay.
Okay. You get into the engineering bay and it's clear. It's all been stripped. All the consoles have all been removed. One computer has been plugged in, and by the looks of it, it's an attitude thruster control system. So by the looks of it, they've plugged themselves in and they've been controlling the thrusters, what's left of the thrusters, of there's 2 thrusters, which is probably why they haven't put it into a steep dive straight away, because they could only maneuver it very, very slightly, and they put it. So that's obviously how they're taking control of the ship. And they're ahead of you because all the blast doors and all that's all been removed. You can see the power core just sort of sat there, invitingly.
So yeah, I'll shout clear as I walk in and put the warheads down next to the power core.
Yep.
I shake a chunk of person off the hammer and move towards the room with my
Jake,
briefcase in hand.
Yeah. And put that the power core as well, yeah? Jake, you were heading around the top of the room, weren't you? Trying to flank that person?
Yes.
The one that's spinning now. As you're getting towards the door after the poor lady had her head ripped off. Oh, that's another thing as well, actually. I do apologise. Could you guys please make pressure rolls?
Pressure rolls, of course.
Yeah.
So that is...
Yeah, what was the name of this game again?
Yeah.
D6 plus your pressure bonus.
D6 plus 3, right?
Yep. 7.
Ooh, not me. Even with a plus 5.
Oh,
Pirate's got a
nice.
plus 6.
Yeah.
What we're trying to roll?
Got it.
You try at 10.
Oh.
So everybody who failed, give yourself a pressure point, please. Your pressure level goes up by 1. At the moment, it's not having a debilitating effect. It's only going up by 1 point. You are going to have to take a moment just to catch your breath. You have this crazy screaming woman coming out, and you're just taking the head off. A little bit surprising on anybody's off day. So, so basically, you're just going to catch your breath, sort of calm your tits a little bit, and it's just carnage. Jake, as you're heading towards that top part of the door's already open. Well, it's been removed. The door has. Coming floating out the door is another one of them, dressed again head to foot in the boiler suits. The mask's gone. This time they've got a pistol in one hand and an axe, a fire axe, in the other. And by the looks of it, they haven't seen you, but they have seen Mark, and that's who they're launching themselves towards.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
So, Mark, if you can make an agility roll, see who goes first. But Jake, out of you pair, Jake, you automatically get to go first. By the looks of it, this person doesn't even realise you're there.
Right. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my wrench spanner, and I don't want to risk smacking them in the head and missing and stuff. I'm gonna smack them to get rid of the pistol from their arm, because at least then they can't shoot.
Okay, it's a cool shot.
And then I'll be so I'm gonna just try to smack their basically to break their arm, the one that's holding the gun.
Jake, roll a 6 and cut their hand off. That's what I see happening.
It could happen. Okay, well, make your attack roll.
It's a melee, right?
It's a melee.
Okay,
so your target number, because it's a cold shot and you're going through his wrist or his arm, the difficulty is going to be 7.
7,
so,
okay.
There you are.
Okay, well, that's dropped on the floor, so we'll try this one. It's a 6 only.
Okay. So you take the swing, unfortunately you miss. That kind of makes your presence known to him.
Yeah.
He was obviously had his eyes on Mark. He sort of sees you and spins around with the pistol directly in your face.
Drop your weapon!
Yeah.
You're surrounded.
Well, Mark,
I get to go before him, so I'm going to try and take him out before that happens.
So try not to miss. At this range again, difficulty is going to be 6.
Yeah. Try not to miss. Come on.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
oof.
Yeah.
You pull off the shot. Make your damage roll.
Hardy strikes.
2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's enough to knock him unconscious anyway.
Yeah.
It's only 2. So, you bring up the rifle, you sort of spin around, you see him coming through. Again, he's screaming at the top of his lungs for the creator. You pull off his shot, hit him right in the face mask, you shatter his faceplate, destroy his eye and across the top of his head. He just basically, it's actually like he's come in, got shot, and he sort of snapped back and then just keeps going arse first. Again, another body drifting through the anti-gravity.
Ooh.
Not dead,
okay.
though. Well, he will be in a couple of rounds, but unless somebody wants to give him medical attention.
So I shout to Shemesh. Shemesh is carrying. Is it just Wes and Charles that are carrying the warheads? Or does Shemesh?
I am too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got one. I've got one. Charles has 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll shout for Shemesh. Get back in there.
Yeah, but there could be more coming out of that place. I mean, somebody's got to clear it. No point in us going to engineering if somebody's going to come and shoot us in the back. Oh, wait, that's your job. On my way. I'll head towards engineering.
Yeah, you walk over. Yeah,
Shemesh, the tactical genius.
Yeah.
You get the
and so
warhead. You plant the warhead.
Wait, there's no
What-
gravity here, though, right?
Desmond wants to do is push himself
Correct.
off of the wall towards. He wants to land kind of near the side of the door where that leads down into engineering.
Yeah.
And brace himself there instead. So if anybody comes out of that door directly ahead of him, he can.
Okay, make an agility roll. It's going to be the basic target number of 7. You'd make
I don't think I'm going into engineering myself.
Should have
I'm
just
probably
stayed where I was. Why didn't I just stay where I was? 6. It's close, but no cigar.
No worries. You push yourself off, but no, you've got into a bit of a tumble as you're sort of heading towards the door. You're sort of twisting around. You're halfway there, and then another one comes out of that top door. He's running out. Again,
I never
in one
expected
hand,
that.
fire axe in the other.
Yeah.
You're tumbling sort of lengthways, so you sort of pirouetting, not fast, but right now you are facing in the wrong direction. Actually, no, that's unfair. Roll a d6, and if you roll
And then find out that I'm facing in
5
the
or
wrong
a
direction.
6, you are facing in the right direction.
If I roll a 5 or a 6.
God.
Yeah, you can get a shot off if you need to.
Get shot off
Okay.
mid tumble as you
I mean,
keep spinning.
And I'm not quite in engineering yet. I just head towards engineering.
He's just rolling.
Just cartwheeling, lighting it up.
No, there's no recoil.
Pow, 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 pow. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's already got
Yeah, but
motion
he's already
spinning,
cartwheeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
when
when they're doing the TV shows, it always looks amazing. Yeah.
could you make an
Yeah.
agility roll for me, just to see who gets off your shot first? He's only rolled a 3, so you should
He's
be
rolled
alright.
a 3.
You see, I'm
Jeez.
rolling all these high numbers right now. I don't want to be doing that.
What?
Because I want
Yeah,
them
you
for
get your
the, I
shot
want
off
them to-
first.
but I want to be able to hit him.
Yeah.
You can. You already rolled for your
You can
attitude.
do it.
Do it.
You can do it.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I try to hit this person
Yeah,
You're
as
gonna
they're
roll a
coming
6.
through the door.
15 in 0G.
And I rolled an
Yes,
8.
look at that. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Roll, please. Damage cap of 4.
A 3.
And
It's a
that's enough
magic
to do it.
number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you pull off a shot. You got a +2.
Wow.
Strength. So yeah, you pull off a shot. You shoot him straight for the chest. Again, he joins his fellows, drifting lifeless in the cargo bay.
I'm really sad that Childs wasn't out there to see that because he would be much impressed.
You get him, you fist pump, and then you smack your head on the door frame.
Knocks himself out.
Oh shit!
I think I'd like to toss my bomb towards Wesley and go, hey, catch! Because I was on my way to engineering, so maybe like at the door, like kind of toss it through, let it fly through towards Wes. And then maybe I can go and help Desmond out because he's spinning and stabilizing.
Yeah. I skipped a heartbeat there, and then I remembered we're in 0G. When
Come on, there we go. Don't worry, only 1 megaton, you'll be fine. So so you took it over. It's easy enough for you to grab. I'm not even going to make you roll
Gotcha.
because I'm not that much of a bastard.
You one-handed
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
palm that nuclear warhead.
Jake, you grab hold of Mark and Desmond, sorry, and you managed to sort of stabilise him and get him upright.
Cool.
What do you want to do?
I'm heading towards where we're putting the bombs.
So I'm gonna.
Which is
When I see Wes come in, unless we're continuing in like step-by-step rounds, and even then, when I see Wes come in holding 2 bombs, I'm gonna go on comms and be like, Shemesh, I need you in here.
Ooh. Captain, be right there. There's been a complication outside. A few of the baddies seem to have. I'm just gonna see if anybody has like grav boots just for Desmond in the meantime.
No, they're not wearing.
No, I know, but can I head into the room that they came out of?
Give him yours.
Well, that's on the opposite side.
All right, you know what? Yeah, I will. I'm going to take my boots off, and I'm going to give it to Desmond.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how quickly we can do this, but
Yeah, they click forward, you climb out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can easily slip into it. And again, like I said, the inside, the foam sort of comes out to suit your shoe size, and they lock into place. Now
Would
you're
have been
thanks, man.
bombs, Mr. Childs.
Well, and if they're at the door, I make my way towards the door, and I'll reach out to Shemesh, because I still have grab boots on, and I can like anchor him and pull him inside.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to make an agility roll. Wes, go ahead and set up the warheads close to the drive over there.
Okay.
Shemesh, and I'll go on open comms for this so Desmond can hear me as well, assuming he's standing out by the door to protect our backs. So here's the thing. We might be able to move this ship back into a stable orbit and not blow it, so that the people of Bolton continue to use it. And I point Shemesh at the console that they've hooked up to the attitude drives.
Well, that might take a while to get it back in, but yeah, sure, it can be done.
So sorry, what is it you're wanting to do? To
Well, if they use the attitude drives to put the ship on course to hit Bolton, we could potentially use the attitude drives to put it back into a stable orbit.
Yeah.
So Bolton can continue, and that way we don't have to scuttle the ship.
Got it.
We can.
Captain, I like that idea, but what's to stop the children of the corn from coming back?
Well, if we contact Bolton, which we should be able to do now, and we tell them the situation, and we hopefully take care of any presence of the children of the cradle.
Cradle, yes.
And I enunciate cradle for Shemesh, who hasn't been listening. Then maybe we can get the people of Bolton to set up a security force on the Kensington so that they can continue to use it for parts. I think the company would be happy with that.
And they'd say 4 warheads. That's true too.
Right.
Okay.
And we can stay here. We can stay here, contact the company, and wait to get word back. And if they still want to scuttle the ship, we can.
Okay.
And then head home.
Sure, I could wait, although I'm feeling kind of weightless now. But so yes, I'm going to try to do that with the controls that they have left over, or at least begin to examine them, learn them, find out, what the capabilities are before I execute that plan.
I mean,
to see if we can do it.
Yeah, I mean you can. The thrusters themselves are again 3D vectored, so you can adjust them slightly. There's only 2 of them left from the 20 that
right.
With. But you can put out enough thrust from the core to change the attitude to either put it back into a stable orbit, or if you want to, even chuck it out of orbit, so it sort of leaves the moon's influence.
Okay.
You've probably got enough burst to do that. You've probably got enough energy in there for maybe a 3 minutes burst, which would throw it out. But yeah, you can do it.
Now, how does that affect us getting back to our ship? Because now we're moving the Kensington further away from where we left. I mean, I'm assuming ours was kind of just...
Yeah, yours is basically just... Yeah, it's just sat there next to you in the same sort of orbit. So, yeah, if you do that, then you get basically the Kensington's going to fly off in a different direction.
Yeah.
Or if you slow it down, your ship's going to fly into it. So, well, it's up to you.
Oh, okay. But, I mean, all right, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Shemesh and I go back to our ship. We disconnect. Move a bit off. I'm going to activate the comms relay and reconnect it. Now that Desmond has been kind enough to show me how to disconnect it, I'm going to reconnect it. And then contact Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
And Shemesh will hold us at bay for he'll move us back a bit. And then Shemesh will spacewalk over to adjust the attitude of the Kensington. In the meantime, while we're heading back to the ship and making contact and moving off a bit, Desmond and Wes, who are clearly our most effective combatants, can sweep the rest of this ship together.
Sounds like a job I can take care of.
I'll tell you now, the rest of the ship is clear. You go from room to room. These people have also been living here for quite a while. I think. The bridge has already been ripped out. In room 3, which is one of the long sleep areas, it was where the wiring went through to for that transmitter dish.
Okay.
And in there's a massive computer setup. And yeah, by the looks of it, it's the way that the computers are set up. It's like it's all laid out like a cockpit. So what they were basically doing was logging onto your system through the transmitter and remotely controlling what was happening on the vessel. They literally set it as well. So randomly, even if you'd failed your roles, Mark, it wouldn't have mattered. Even if you passed your engineering role, it wouldn't have mattered.
Wouldn't have mattered. They would have shut it down.
You did, the ship would just do something random. Whether you failed or whether you passed, the fact that you were trying would mean that a random system would be deactivated.
Wow.
And whilst that was happening, they took over the missile, launched the missile, etc., etc.
Will our comms work ship?
Nice.
Sorry?
Do our comms work between ships?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've got a range of 300 kilometers on these comms, so yeah, you're fine.
So, if they inform us about that, I tell them to disconnect it and possibly trash it if Desmond think that's necessary.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, it's powered up, but it can't transmit to the transmitter. The dish has been knackered up. So.
I would take the computer anyways as proof and stuff like that. And if they have any cult flyers
that's fair.
manifestos, we should grab those too, just to kind of document what happened.
Some proof of
So we get over to the Apollo, and I'll reconnect the comms array, re-angle the dish to Bolton. Yeah. And I will try to hail Bolton. And assuming that we're not getting additional issues coming from the direction of Bolton.
No, it doesn't seem that way. You hail Bolton, it takes a little while for them to answer. And then the screen comes on, and there you see the director of Bolton, a person called McPherson. And he stood there, and by the looks of it, he's got his entourage behind him, and they all stand there. And they're all in these weird boiler suits, and they're all there with their hands like this. And he stands and he smiles. He says, the blessings of the Creator be on you.
No.
And that's the end, guys.
Unbelievable.